Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Bitcoin getting a bit of a dumpage here, but that's good. If you didn't get Bitcoin below $70,000, looks like you may never get Bitcoin below 70K. Is retail ever going to be able to get Bitcoin below $70,000? That's the question you should be asking yourself. Or is the Bitcoin train gone? Is it an elite asset that only a few people will ever be able to own? It's sad to say it seems to be that's going to be the case. It's going to be something like, what people don't realize is the world will still go on, whether you have Bitcoin or not, but it's going to be very similar to someone who owns, art, from the 13th century. How many people own, like a Monet? Some people do. There's people that own those, right? But it's very few, and those people probably bought them hundreds of years ago, 20 years ago, passed down, and now they're worth way more than they were. So, but the point of the story is, owning a Bitcoin is going to be like owning Mona Lisa, owning high-end art. You're going to be in an elite group of people. I'm just letting you know. So it's up to you whether you want to do that or not. But it's definitely going to put you in position for the rest of your life. But, again, not financial advice. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. This is just what I believe and what I co-signed for, and it's my life. So you do you. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP here for Bitcoin. And BOOKMAP says his big order down at 71,000. We got Big Red at 71,000, wants to buy. He's saying, hey, give me my order. Let me go. So there's a chance we do get down to $70,000. We got these big orders. Funny, I just remember when those were our high orders, right? But when I shrink down, the Big Red and the biggest red is at 74, 75, and then 80K. But the biggest area of liquidity is $74,000 to $75,000. So it still does suggest, even if we do a dip, we could continue further to the upside. I'll tell you right now, the market's in a strange place. Let me talk about it, because as a traditional chartist, I kept telling you there was going to be a dump, right? I kept telling you there has to be a pullback. Why? Because the 21-day moving average. You can't stay this far away from the 21 this long and survive. I've never seen it on any asset in my life. You either go sideways and eventually you coincide with the 21, or you come wick to it and then wick back up, or you come down to it, you hang out. The 21 is a magnet for price action. Price action cannot stay this far away from the 21 for this long. I've said it to you over and over and over again. You can back test it on any single time frame. What is true on the 15-minute is true on the weekly, is true on the daily, is true on the 1 minute, is true on the 1 second, is true on the 1 month, is true on the 3 week, is true on any single time frame, 5-day, 3-day, 4-day, 7-day. Understand these concepts. Price action got above here, came back down to the 21, got above here. This is just like what's happening right now, the daily. Say this was the daily. Boom, 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 boom. You have to come back down to the 21. It's not an anomaly. It's not crazy. It's what has to happen. Here you came back. Here you came back. Here you came back. Here you came back. Same thing when you dump down. You come back on the other end. Back down, back down, back down. Back to the 21. Back to the 21. Back to the 21. Pump there. Back to the 21. Pump up. Back to the 21. You cannot stay away from the 21 that long. Even here, look, we're kind of getting away from the 21 here. Do we bounce back the other way? Right? Now, is this a buy pressure wick? Do we forget about this? Does the ETF inflows? Doesn't matter. They buy so much. And say, here's the issue now. You start listening to too much of the news and none of the TA. All right? And you start saying, hey, well, now if you were in my trading group this morning, I gave you an idea that we were going to have a nasty dump to the downside. Did I not? Who here was in my trading group this morning and you were able to, maybe you pulled out of a trade, maybe you got into a short, whatever you did, I don't know what you did, but did the education that I provided this morning give you information that helped you navigate the market? I just want to know, am I doing my job? Am I doing my job? Did you get what you needed this morning? Because I was able to see that there was going to be a dump to the downside, and I was able to give you that insight really about 5 minutes before it started to happen. I could see that there was a dump coming. I just wanted to see how many people were able to use that knowledge to help themselves out, or did it reiterate something that you saw? Let me jump on in. Yes, buddy, shorting all morning. Amazing. Bitcoin pairs, please. We could swing low to the bottom of the previous wick, then bounce really hard from there. Pull it back. It is the 21 SMA. Yes, the 21 SMA or MA, whatever you want to call it. Simple moving average. Just a regular moving average. No EMA, no weighted, nothing crazy, right? Shout out to Sean. Thank you. If you want to join the trading group, it's cryptolifer.com. Massive gains. Last night, I put out whiff. I was the only guy. I mean, I saw where whiff was going to go. My charts are insane. And I could see whiff was going to 128, right? And it's funny. Here I am calling WIF on 3-5. And I'm telling you, the measured move is to the upside. It's telling you WIF is going to 321. Sitting here at 132, and then it was sitting probably at like 150 at that point. That's 100% gain right there. And I gave that to you guys, dog with hat, right? And then I even found the fact that we were going to go to 38 cents, a 328, right? Let's go to WIF right now. Bitcoin getting a beautiful bounce off of the 30-200 MA. See how the 30-200 MA caught us? When you lose the 15, you go to the 30. When you lose the 30, you head to the 1 hour 200 SMA. So had we not get held there, we would have dropped down even further down to 70,172. So far, 72K is holding based on that 30-minute. This is why I use the SMAs. The bots use these. I don't know. I think most people don't use them. Most people are using EMAs. So because I use SMAs, I think I'm highly accurate, and I'm able to kind of figure out things that a lot of people can't. I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm highly accurate. I'm still trying to figure out why I got this accurate. It doesn't even make sense to me. I shouldn't be this accurate, right? I should be kind of dumped on like retail, like everybody else, but it's not. Look, that's an Adam and Eve double top too. It all makes sense, right? It all kind of comes together. But anyway, why did I see bearishness? Well, because I'm simple. I'm a really simple guy, and when you lose the 200 SMA on the 7-minute, you usually dump. And then I went to the 1 minute, and we got this nice pump up, and I said, here we go. But we got rejected. I said, the second we get rejected, we started to dump. I said, rejected by the 200 SMA. I said, now you're looking for the 7-minute and the 10, and went to the 10-minute loss right here. Also, on top of all this, when I woke up this morning, all right, we were playing this flag, and I said, that's a bearish retest. And I was sharp on the bearish retest. I was really stern on it. That's one thing I was talking to everybody here. I was like, well, we could say it's in the pattern. We could say it's bearishly retesting. So I literally saw a bearish retest right there, and I saw us get rejected by the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame. Those together told me we were going to get a move to the downside. Then I moved to the 1 minute, and I was able to find a bit of a flag here, right? Able to find the length of the pole, and this was like my first short. I said, look for us to short down to this area. We wicked right to it, came back up, and then continued to the downside. My area to short was 71,676. We went to 71,381, all right? This is information you're getting in the trading group immediately, okay? And then I'm actively watching to show you where could we move, where could we, where's the high probability of the move, all right? And that's what we do here on the channel every single day, all right? BOBA continuing to pump to the upside. It's not all down here on the markets. BOBA, I put out BOBA. This thing is out of control. A true monster. Look at this thing. Look at it. It went up even more since I posted it. 379% for BOBA. Thing is on an absolute tear. Unbelievable. Insanity. You've never heard about BOBA. Probably didn't even know what it was. I put out BOBA right here at 21 cents. The thing is ripping. Ripping, I want to say. Ripping. I mean, this is insanity. Like, that's one of the hottest moves I've ever seen on any asset in the world. Booming to the upside. Wow. And I'm not saying that was my target. My target was like right there at 48, and this thing just continued to rip, but I put it on the radar. I would have told you about it. You would have known about it here. No stop loss got hit in the make it to the trade, and then it ripped. And these are the type of gains you get here in the trading group. You're around a guy that works 7 days a week, scanning the market like a maniac all the time, 16 hours a day, barely sleeping, 4 hours a night, just nailing it. If you don't think that's going to provide extra information for you, a hyperactive brain, went to college, went to the best high school one of the best high schools in Massachusetts, Boston Latin School. Go look it up. I'm not a fool, okay? Highly educated, ready to go. I'm disciplined and focused. I got you. I can help you maintain gains. I can help you find the way of the education of the charts. Tight moving averages told me this was likely going to move to the upside above the high volume node. Low stochastics of the daily. We were gone, baby. So it's not all bad. We're still in gains. One of the biggest gainers of the game. It's funny. I found this coin, I think somewhere around here. And I don't even know what it was. I just put $300 in it. And then today I look and I'm like, wow, I actually made money on that piece of garbage. I gave you PNPY down here. Told you to set the alert at 4146. Bang for 226% gains. I remember someone gave this on the chart. First, they gave us down here. Remember, they were like, check out PNPY. I think it's going to be big. And I was like, oh, leave me alone. What is this? Do you guys remember? First told us about it down here. And we know about when coins first hit MEXC because I have a MEXC exchange bot that tells me when the coin first hits the exchange. So I knew when this first hit the exchange, Prometheum. So not only do I know when it first hits the exchange, I know it's hot because I'm scanning token metrics. Tonight, we do a weekly screen share where we all hang out together and we break down the hottest coins in the game, where we're going, where we're seeing. You guys see my portfolio. We break down where we were from last week to where we are this week. I think the portfolio is up almost 70 grand from last week. Unbelievable, maybe even more. 72,400 for Bitcoin, getting the bounce to the upside. Shorts getting squeezed yet again. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. There is the money printer. Back to the 200 SMA. We must flip the 200 SMA. We flip this 200 SMA, you will see me open up a long, probably on the live stream. That is my go-to. Look, I talk about it all the time. Right here, yesterday, we opened up this, or 2 days ago, remember? Massive gains. Last night, had you just opened up above here, massive gains. And right here, had you opened up right there, massive gains. How about right there? 1, 2, 3, 4 trades in a row. All you had to do, simply put, is know that when this candle opened above it, it wasn't even a fake out. Like, that was a wick. So when you got 3 candles above here, you open up with a stop loss below these 2 candles here. What I love about these trades is, and because they've changed my whole life, I've been able to make way more money since I started doing this. Why? Well, my original trades were always patterns. I would always trade a pattern with a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio, okay? And basically, 90% of my trades were 3-to-1, 3-to-1, 3-to-1. Now that I'm starting to do this, look, many of my trades are 7-to-1, 6-to-1, 8-to-1, 9-to-1. I'm risking 100 for 700. So that's when I double down into the trade, I'm like, oh, well. And I'm hitting 9 out of 10 of them, 6 out of 10 of them, 12 out of 16 of them. So so not all trades are 8-to-1, but because I'm using the 200 more on the 1 minute than I ever have, I'm starting to increase my win rate because I'm using a higher win to reward risk to reward ratio. You get it? Do you understand the math? Everything's about math to me. I want to make sure that I'm finding out the highest probability to make gains. All right. Let's figure out where Bitcoin's going now and just show you this insight. But look, that's gain, that's a gain. These are simple ways to make money. Everyone here, all you had to do was open up trades. But again, your fear is causing you. It happens, and then you drop your balls. I'm sorry to say it. I said it. I did say it. But you drop your guts. You don't have it, and then fear comes in, and then what you do is it starts to go up here, and then you buy in here because you don't have control over your emotions. Then it comes up, and you're up a little bit. Then it comes down, and then you sell without a loss. The charts are perfect for you. Your emotions are ruining it. I used to ruin it with my emotions. Stop ruining the trades with your emotions. Let the trades play out. Backtest the concept, see that it actually works, and then use it over and over again. It's very simple, but most people just can't see it this way. I don't know why. Very hard for them to see. Again, rejection by the 200 SMA. 1, 2. Bear City. That's trend. When you go below the 200 SMA, you're creating a new trend. Losing moving averages is a change in trend. You understand? That's why when you stay above a moving average, the trend is in your favor. That's why I use the 200 SMA, because it's defining the trend. Don't you get it? This is important. Everything I teach you goes hand in hand. Together, So here's the deal. Right now on the short term, if you're thinking to scalp or you want to open up a trade, Thursday is also not my favorite day to trade. I trade hard Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sometimes the market could be pretty, fickle and lack of volume. We're looking for this trade to break out. We want previous resistance become support. Also, put more weight on support or resistance than any other indicator that you use. If you do that, you have a higher probability win rate, in my humble opinion. The second I started using more support or resistance, I came back to it. Like I used it, then I started using all these fancy indicators doing different things, and I forgot about my support or resistance. Many times I looked at a trade, and I said, man, all I had to do was open it up right there. And it dawned on me, I wrote it down, I missed it. I finally said, dude, I'm done doing that. Many trades that played out for me recently, and some of the biggest trades I made for Bitcoin were based off simple concepts of support and resistance. Yeah, the other indicators I used to back me up, they gave me some probability, but they were simple concepts of support or resistance. This level holds, you're dropping further to the downside, and this is actually like a flag, right? A bear flag. The measured move of the bear flag takes you to 70,862 for Bitcoin. Is this the bigger drop, or are we going to get bought up like we have been every single time? And that's what I want to look at on the bigger time frames and get out of the smaller time frames for a second here. I'm yearning to look at the bigger picture. Still can't believe that. And if you were in WIF last night, you made massive gains up to 328 for WIF. So we know what coins are hot. We know how to get into the right coins at the right time because we can understand the trends and we see what's happening. Put a lot of work in to do that. It doesn't come easy. It's not something that just happens overnight. Okay? It took years and years to get where I'm at with just searching coins, understand ecosystems. Like Phantom gets hot, I know Spooky Swap and Boo are going to be big, right? Matic gets hot, I know Quick Swap's going to be big, right? BNB gets hot, then you know Pancake Swap and you know Mask likes to pump with BNB, right? Solana gets hot, you know it's Radium, Serum, you know all the other meme coins in Solana are getting hot. You know Solana pumps because the meme coins are pumping. You have to understand the ecosystems and what's actually happening. I like this trade right here, to be honest. It's a cup and handle, right? It's a Sammy. See, every single day on the market, Sammy, cup and handy to the upside. So we can take this cup and handle. It's a nice little trade here. It's a 2.91 risk-reward ratio. So this is the long I'm identifying right now with my spidey senses. And I'm pretty dang good at this. If you watch my live stream, many times I open up a long and we go to the upside. Am I going to open up a trade? I don't know if I'm really feeling it right now. I don't always want to trade. I don't desire to trade every single moment. But I do see a nice move to the upside here for Bitcoin. It's going to have to come and reestablish itself against the 200 SMA. If it can't break that, expect more downside. The rejection isn't that great. But previous support is resistance. Now, the second we lose this, we're going to test this level, and then we're going to come test maybe a giant double bottom at 71,418. Right now, we have an SR flip in our hands. Okay? That's what we got right now in front of us. I feel like it actually broke out a little bit. Like it faked out. I've been running with the sats all my life. I've been running with these sats. Don't get hype. Don't you know how I do when I do? I'm messing with on my Drake. No, I'm messing with y'all. But look, so I'll move up here to 72,076.2 is the target for Bitcoin. All right, small target. I mean, it actually has a bigger target. It's wick to wick on these. But let's just get to the first target first, and then we can get to our next target at 73,400, and then it's back to business as usual. Then we're back inside the pattern. Then we're back above the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame, and this whole thing just goes back to a dip again, a bear trap. To keep trapping the bears. Is it going to be a bigger pullback? And that's what I'm like. You get caught off guard if it ends up becoming a bigger pullback, and that's what I'm here for you. We're going to identify that. We get rejected by this. We start to fall down. We lose this low. It's just a smaller move on the 1 minute, but it convenes confirmation that we weren't able to kind of reestablish a move back to the upside. So I don't even need to be right here. Right now, we're really experimenting. These smaller scallop trades are really just to find out where we sit on the bigger market. See, look at that. Bears just took control. Okay? And now you look at the 30-minute. Are you losing the 200 SMA on the 30-minute time frame? So key. If you don't, then all of this is whatever. It doesn't matter. You get it? That bounce is really nice. The second you lose this line, I would continue the short down to the 1 hour 200 SMA. That would take us down to about 69,000. We would retest this area here at 69,800. You can see that we have support here. So we got support there and support here at 70,005. We lose 70,005. We come to 69,874. Back to the smaller time frame. They are toying with us right here. So they brought it down to the next support line. They kept it in the flag. Still a beautiful cup and handle with a low, a high, a higher low. Still oversold in the stochastics RSI. Still Dre. You see what I did there? So, you know, I mean, this is I'm known for this pattern to break out. People know that this pattern breaks out because of me. If this doesn't break out, my entire destiny. No, I'm just messing around. But my legacy is based on this pattern. This pattern has to break up to the upside right now to prove my legacy. Do not defy me. Do not show these people that I am not the greatest at trading. No, I'm just. But look, if we lose this level, could be a shoulder head and a right shoulder in a way. Tight moving averages usually give us a move with low stochastics to the upside. Kind of a hidden bullish as this swings down, and that goes somewhat sideways for Bitcoin. 72K is a great level. It's like we're freaking out. We're still at 72K. What I don't like is the fear and greed index. I mean, 88. Whenever I didn't sell up here, it was a bad move. I'll be honest. Whenever I didn't sell at this place, it was a very, very bad move. 90% of the time. So this will be the first time if Bitcoin doesn't tank. This would be the first time not selling into extreme greed. But this is telling me every time I've seen this into the high 80s or the 90s, and I did not sell, I regretted it. So I can't tell you what to do, but I will tell you that in my lifetime, when this got here and I did not sell, I thoroughly regretted it. So you do you. But this indicator has been highly accurate. I buy Bitcoin here, not here. All right. Now I added to my Bitcoin stash today. I bought like $6,000 of Bitcoin. I did. Right? But it's more just like I figured it'll hold my value better than anything else at the present moment in time, right? And I'm not selling it for at least 5 years, so I'm not stressing it. And it's not that much. It's about 1/10 of a Bitcoin though, right? Crazy. It costs you almost $8,000, $7,200 just to get 0.1 now, right? So this bear flag for the 1 minute wants to continue to the downside. Look at this thing. Target is 70,854. And that is the little cup and handle that we just had for you here. Now, look, you lost that level. You lost that level. You're likely dropping for the double bottom now. You didn't hold support. You didn't get back above the 200 SMA. We flipped that. Boom, I would open up a long. You see, there was no long confirmation. And here we go to the downside. I would flip back to my other chart there for you. And there's my target, unless we double bottom. Unless we double bottom. Target for this move to the downside is 78.64 for Bitcoin. Okay. Let's see here. That's why I do not go all in with my net worth. Okay. I keep a lot of cash on the sidelines, even though, hey, because you never know. You want to be able to buy that dip. Okay. A lot of my positions are up nice from where they started. So we're in a good spot. I'm not going to be panic selling nothing. I'm going to hold it for the next 6 months. But we may get a pullback. We've been going up and up and up and up and up, and it hasn't stopped. It's unsustainable. It just is. It just doesn't make any sense to me. As a trader, I've never seen that. Up and 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 up, So at the same time, they keep saying, well, Larry Fink's buying all the Bitcoin. So it's like, it's messing with me because logically it does make sense, but I don't like to listen to the news and the storyline. Like the storyline always takes me from the chart, and the chart is what tells me what's likely going to happen, right? So the storyline is that not to listen to the charts. You get it? And that's the problem. And so you won't short when it's time to short. You'll believe in the narrative, and you don't want to be doing that. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I just firmly believe sticking in the charts will do you the best. All right, it'll help you the most. I mean, this low stochastic curve here is telling me, hey, we may be able to hold this level. A little bit of support at 71.8, and the 8s are strong. The 8s have always been strong. Remember 18.8, 19.8, 21.8? If you were watching me years ago, the 8s have been a big deal for a long time, right? So we want to make sure that we're nailing on those 8s. Not sure, is the mic still, I don't know what happened to my mic, man. Like out of nowhere, it seems to have gone slightly down. And I even added a gain filter on there. Bring that gain up a little more. It usually takes a second to kick in. There we go. That should be the loudest we should get, but I usually be able to get it to the red. Bang, bang. Sorry, I just wanted to. So slow bleed for Bitcoin. And how do you figure out where we're going to go now? You got to go to the smaller time frames and start looking for flags. Smaller time frames will give you the flag. Lately, they've been hiding out on the really, look, kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder, break to the upside. Somewhat of a higher low double bottom here on the 5-minute time frame. So you identify this, 71,887. If you can't break above that, expect more downside. That's a bit of a double bottom, but it also could be a flag, right? Stochastics will get high. You won't break the previous high. Even if it's a smaller time frame, you have to consider that as bearish, right? This is the cup. See, this is the cup and handle, right? 5-second double bottom at 71,800 for Bitcoin. If you're in the money, you already took the money out the short. Probably good. I would have been taking profits down here at this point. Yeah, so you're making like kind of an ascending triangle here, right? A known bearish pattern, a 50-50 pattern. It can go either way. To me, it's all about how the stochastics, if you kind of get this curve up, then if you start curving down, 71,800 for Bitcoin. We topped out at 72,537 locally. And then last night we topped out at 73,000 at the high, right? We went to an all-time high, 73, I think it was 6 something. 73,650, right? So let's break this down. Let's go to the all-time history index and let's look at everything in fresh form. So keep watching those smaller time frames. You can see how 71700 may continue to break here. See how we're on the 21 and the 333 time frame. It's been holding us so far. You lose that, you're likely to drop to the 50, and then we could drop all the way to the 200. Could Bitcoin go to 56,000? There's a chance. So let's take a look at our weekly time frame. Weekly still super bullish, okay? And remember, zoom out when things get a little hairy. Zoom out. Calm yourself down. Ask yourself some key main questions. So maintain 51.8, okay? Let's go up here. And remember, stay calm. My daughter's out of the hospital. Like, Bitcoin may be dumping right now, but my daughter is out of the hospital. You know what I'm saying? And she had a fever yesterday, wasn't moving. Today was the first day she gave me a hug. She was drawn. She was back to herself. And she lost a lot of weight, my little baby. You know, she barely ate in the hospital. 2 days in there, basically, 36 hours. And it wasn't a big deal. She got a nosebleed, and she kept swallowing the blood. Then she kept throwing up the blood. And eventually she threw up a lot of blood. And we couldn't tell if she was, like, profusely bleeding from the inside or if she was just bleeding. Then even at the doctor's office, I guess they want to put Afrin in the kid's nose, but they don't want to do it yet, so they were waiting. And she was bleeding on and off for like 12 hours, even at the hospital. So we were like, yo, why can't they get the bleeding to stop? And no one could tell us. They're like, oh, sometimes this happens, you know. But they did say it's abnormal. So they started giving her blood tests. Then some of the blood tests came back abnormal because she had the flu. But they didn't know she had the flu because they didn't test her. Then they decided to test her for the flu, and they said, well, maybe that's why her blood work is abnormal. Then they wanted one last check because they did not want to send her home and find out that she had abnormal blood work. And so we had to stay for an extra 12 more hours that next day to make sure everything was fine. And that was kind of really the whole thing. All right. So Bitcoin above 65,774. Beautiful support for Bitcoin. And technically, if you want to be really chintzy, there's a little bit of support right here on the weekly too, at about 69,143 with these two candles met. About 69K. Okay. So until the weekly closes a candle below 65,774, I am not bearish. I can't turn into a bear. A pullback is fine, but like now if we close a weekly candle below 65,775 there, then fine. Then we'll start talking about 60K. And then we'll start talking about, 60, and then we'll talk about 51,000. And I'm open-minded to believe that we could go down really hard. I'm open-minded that we could re-see a new low. It's unlikely. I am open-minded that anything is humanly possible in this earth, okay? Because I am only been here for 41 years. And that's not a lot of time to act like you know it all, right? I always tell that when I see people that act like know-it-alls, I'm like, you haven't even been here that long on this earth, comparatively to like how long the earth's been here. It's like you don't even have enough time to learn everything. Even if you want, even if you lived to 200 years old, you would never learn everything. Impossible. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to the 1,699 people. God bless you all. Thank you, dear Lord, for all the people that you've sent my way. So appreciative to the 1,699 souls of my life. Blessings on blessings, man. Yeah, we may have it a pullback due to daylight savings, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm still blessed with what I do have. Let me focus on what I do have, not on what I don't have. And always be appreciative of everything in my life. Dear Lord, thank you for the 1,700 people here on the live. Blessings on blessings. Like, who gets 1,700 people on their live stream? Some of the big, I see channels with 1 million subscribers, and they're getting like 2,000, I see channels with 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. I see some of the biggest channels right now in crypto, and I'm not going to name names, but they don't have the same numbers we do. And we have a way smaller channel. So blessings. Let's talk about the blessings. And today, 57,000 subscribers yesterday. Strong milestone at 57, baby. So blessings on blessings. So everyone, zoom out. Understand that these are our two areas that matter. I even take away this one because it's kind of, but there's a wick there, and the two candles hit. It is 69,000 support on the weekly. So let's move on into the 5-day chart. That's kind of my next chart that I like to go to. Same concept, same ideas, a little lower. 65,000 is your support on the 5-day chart. We go to our 3-day chart. our 3-day chart showing strong support at 65,800, 66,002 as well. So all the bigger time frames saying, hey, we have strong support there. Now we got some wicks. Look, we got some wicks to the downside. Tweezer tops right there on the 3-day chart. That will close in 1 day in 10 hours. If that closes like that, it's kind of somewhat bearish. You know, we had 2 wicks right there, though, and we ended up defying it. But, you know, I don't like tweezer tops. Let's take a look at our daily now and look at the daily. Indecisive on the stochastics RSI. Could flip up, could flip down. To me, it looks like it wants to turn to the downside and take a hefty dump. Also, in the cycle, bottom, top, bottom, top. You never hit the bottom yet. You're likely to come to the bottom. Double click on your Stokes. They got a bearish cross right now. They're telling us that we're likely going to go lower. So just one thing to think about. We could go lower there for Bitcoin. All right. How did I see just the stochastics? Double click on any indicator and then double click on out. Double click on the MACD just to see it. MACD extremely overbought on the daily. Like the highest I've ever seen it. Right? So they're going to tell you they're going to keep printing money. You're going to see all these YouTubers telling you we're going to keep going. They're going to tell you, oh, it's never going to stop. But like you got to look at the indicators, everybody. And again, I could be wrong. See, the difference between me and everybody else is I'm going to tell you that I have no idea where price action's going. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going. It could go to 10K. It could go to 80K. I don't know. A lot of these people are telling you what's going to happen. I'm telling you that was the biggest way for me to get rocked and wrecked in my last rally. I listened to these YouTubers and other people. They influenced my thought process. They kept saying, oh, you know. And I remember when I finally stuck to the charts, that's when I started to win. Everyone told me Grayscale was going to unlock, and we were going down to 10K when we were at 20,000 after the first rally came down on the last run for Bitcoin here. I'll show you. Right here, everyone said we were going to 10K. 25, 30, you know, they just said we're going lower because Grayscale is going to unlock. I found a hidden bullish divergence. I found a Fibonacci, and I longed this in my whole group, and we made massive gains while a lot of people shorted. They were our exit liquidity up here. Look, this was a short squeeze because I got basically 70% of the market to short the market. We rode that rally up, right? We traded the flag, the cup in hand. Anyway, so by staying traditionally locked into the TA and not listening to the shenanigans, I'm able to find myself in a really good place accurately calling Bitcoin. All right. So right now, let's break it down. That's a key support level for Bitcoin on the daily, 68,969K. You break that, you're likely going to come and test 60,000. Just what's likely going to happen. Look at the kind of head and shoulder. Look, shoulder, head, and right shoulder, even on the stochastics RSI, on the RSI. Okay. And this is bearish divergence. And remember yesterday I showed you bearish div on every time frame? I said there's bearish div for the 4 hour all the way down. I don't see how we don't pull back, right? Now, they toyed with us yesterday, too. They made it seem, you know. And the trade last night ended up playing out that I gave you guys, which was crazy, right? We went up to 73,800, and we ended up, that trade ended up, if you took the trade I gave you last night, it did play out to the upside. You had to sell it at like 3 in the morning, but it did play out, all right? Didn't hit the target, but you were in the money. 12-hour time frame also showing bearish divergence. Just, you know, showing signs of a break to the downside. So I see a move further down. We will have to break 69,000 first. Then we would come down to 65,900. Is it guaranteed? No, nothing is guaranteed. There is support right there at 70,780. You know, we call it 70,800, right? But there's some support right there too. 12-hour wants to take a nasty dump on you. Stochastics are saying, I'm coming down. Last time they were here, we took a dump, went sideways. There we even continued the dump further down as we but we got buy pressure, right? So look, 71,573, we are going further to the downside for Bitcoin. All right. I'm calling short right now because the indicators are telling me that it's short. It's just simple. And we're likely going to drop to the 1 hour. If we lose the 15-minute, yeah, we're below the 15-minute 200 SMA. 9 out of 10 times when that happens, we drop to the 1 hour 200 SMA. Definitely in the 30-minute held us. So right now, look, the 30 minutes about to lose. Once that happens, we'll drop further down and we're going to test 70,800. Then we're going to come down and test $69,000. So just be careful. Every dip has been bought back up amazingly well. So watch this 200 SMA here. And this was the, what we eventually broke out of, right? And honestly, I'll tell you what, everyone says symmetrical triangles are 50-50. They drop 90% of the time. Every time I see a chubby triangle, it's over. Again, had you shorted the market last night, you would have missed the pump for whiff. So it wasn't all about shorting Bitcoin. I want to make that clear. Okay? Let's see what strong coins are strong right now by going to CoinMarketCap and taking a look. Look, whiff is still at 333. I mean, it doesn't care. Went to 346. All right. Look, Floki burns more tokens than all of the other meme coins combined. It's a pretty big deal if you think about it. I got into some Floki. And it's funny, I never thought I would. I was never really attracted to the Floki idea, but I said, all these other memes are hot. We got into the dog with hat at 30 cents. It did a 10x. We did a 10. I got in at 30 cents to my trading group, right? So a 10x for dog with hat. A beautiful move to the upside. All right. It's everywhere. So we go to the market cap here and we take a look at the last hour. Is anything pumping? Near Protocol does not care at $8. Does not care. Up 77%, up 5%. Fetch AI up 2% in the last hour. Does not care. Algorand up 2% in the last hour. Cake to 473. I was telling you Cake was about to make a big move. Let me go look at my Cake. Look, Jupe to 92. WorldCoin, Floki. These are the hot coins right now that are likely going to bounce the second Bitcoin lets off the gas and starts to go sideways again. Beam took a pretty big hit down to 37. Sui back to 154. Chainlink at 21 holding its gains. Right? Cosmos holding 1378. Was just at $12. So hot coin right now is Near Protocol. Right? Algorand, Phantom. Let's take a look at Cake. I had a setup for Cake. The idea is to get 2 set up for Bitcoin. But they're pounding it. Yeah, there you go. Look, cup and handle did not play out because we never got above the 200 SMA. Key concept, right? That was it. To me, that was when it wasn't gonna. It was a wrap. And look, we just lost the 30-minute 200. You're going to the 1 hour 200 SMA. This is simple stuff. Now you may double bottom here at 70,650. And lately you've been getting wicked in, like you know. Try to bring it up here, like this is really the trend line. That's the trend line right there. More downside. And you can look at it like this, like a bear flag, see? Think we flip this upside down, we trade these bullishly all day long. So how come you can't trade it bearishly to the downside? Shoulder, head, right shoulder, going further down, and we could see us headed all the way to 70,700 for Bitcoin, right? Again, if you opened up my trading group this morning, I told you that we were likely going to the downside. I was not even slightly bullish at all. Like, I was like, I said I'll keep my long open in case, but it was just like, just in case we got above that 200 SMA. And because you have to understand, don't do what I do. You're not my personality. You're not me. You don't trade my information the same as I do. You understand that? I made freaking a lot of money last night. Like, we're not the same. So if I decide not to short today, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't, or you get it? I just want to make a point, right? For instance, if I see the market's going to go down, but I don't know to be short, that doesn't mean you don't. You don't do what I do. I want to make that really clear. You just listen to my information. You do not copy what I'm doing. I want to make that really clear. All right. It's important to understand that idea because I might not always make I might be tired one night, and I might be up all night for 3 nights, and I might make the wrong move on good information because I'm tired. I'm a human being. You have to understand that. I am your mentor. I am your leader. I am your guide, but I am a human being. Okay. Some days I don't want to open up. I don't feel like being in a trade. So then you don't open up the trade. It ends up being a really good trade. So do not trade the way I trade. Okay. Learn my concepts. Understand what I've learned. I've gone through the markets and I got great information for you. But do not, never, ever duplicate another human being. I don't take anybody's trades but my own. You see what I mean? That's why I do not run a signals group. And that's why I don't think signals group are good for you. They don't do you any good. They don't show you how to become your best man. They don't, or best woman. They don't push you to become the great. You know, in success, They just take this signal from this guy. Again, I do give great trades. A lot of my trades play out. We hit, if you do exactly what I do, you'll probably be pretty good. But that's not what I want you to be doing. I want you to find your way in trading. All right? I do not want you mimicking everything I do. Sometimes I don't do the right thing. You get it? I might get distracted by my wife one day. Something might have happened the night before. You never know what I'm going through. So remember that. I'm a human being. I just want you guys to understand that, because people put YouTubers on these pedestals and they act like everything we do is like, and they forget that we're human beings. You know what I mean? It's funny. I remember like years ago on my channel, like I said one thing and a guy was like, I can't believe that. Like maybe I was tired one day or something, who knows? And I said to everyone, I was like, so I'm not a human being? I said, I don't get to make mistakes. I said, I have to be perfect every 5 seconds of the day. And it kind of hits you. And it's like, no, he doesn't. You're right. Like, the guy's a human. Like, he's not perfect. One day he may say the wrong thing. One day he may not be the best. Right? I never claimed to be. And I think that makes us human. No one in this entire chat, no one watching this entire stream has been right every time on a trade. Do you have the guts to go live in front of people and throw it all out there? That's the concept of why my business does well and why any successful person is successful. They have the guts to throw it out there. They have the guts to go for it. They're not afraid of what other people think about them or what's going to happen. All they know is if they make an action, they will get a reaction, and that will help them, achieve some type of success. All right. So Bitcoin getting kind of, cooled off a little bit here at 71,500. Little bit here, slight inverted head and shoulder, but I'm really not buying it because we lost the 200 SMA. And look, is the 30-minute trying to hold us down? Try to get back above this key level. You want to see this candle get back above the 200 SMA. Very, very important. Very likely we're going to drop now down to the 45 200 SMA. Right here, you see? This is why I use so many different time frames in conjunction with each other. Now, could we V-shape recovery? Get right back inside the pattern. Could this be a shoulder, a head, a shoulder, and we rip? It could happen. I'm open-minded to that. It's unlikely at this point. Okay? You're likely headed further to the downside. Wouldn't be surprised if we end up at 70,750 not too long from now. Again, to turn this around, you must get back above a 200 SMA, even on the 5-second, then the 30-second, then the 1 minute. It's a flip book. You see? It's a flip book. And you're looking for any type of reversal that can get you back above 200, even the smallest time frame. All right? There's some bullish divergence they do have there. There's your cup and handle. Can you break out? Now, I'm not trading the 5-second chart right now. I'm using it for information to find out where price action is likely going to go. You understand? All right. I have no idea where price action is going right now. All I have is the probabilities that I've backtested over years. They give me pretty good indications of what's likely going to happen. And pattern recognition over time, seeing things that maybe you didn't see before. Like years ago, I didn't see these patterns that I see now. There's no way. There was no way I was going to see all the stuff that I see. So one step at a time, one day at a time, you're going to get there. Trust me. It's not going to be easy at all. This market isn't easy to navigate. A lot of emotions, right? A lot of ups and downs. So yeah. I mean, I own 100 positions, 95 positions, right? So if the market dips and I lose $500 in just 90 positions, look at this. If just 90 of my positions each lose $500, right? I'm down 45 grand. You see? Does that make sense? 90 times 500? Yeah. That's crazy, right? I have 95 positions open right now. If one use 5, you know what I mean? So imagine the swings. If you can't handle this, it's unlikely you're going to make 100 million, 50 million. You have to eventually not put so much pressure on money. It's really weird. It's like the people that are the richest don't care about money the most. It's really strange. The people that are the poorest care more about money. You know what I mean? You ever seen a broke person and they don't give anyone money and they're always like, they're so like, and they're broke, right? Anyone know someone like that? I know a bunch of people like that. You know what I mean? Like they seem to always hoard. They never want to give, but they never seem to have that much either. Now, you ever notice someone that has a lot has always seemed to be given away? There's a frequency behind that. All right. So look, this inverted head and shoulder does have a measured move. 68% of the time, this pattern's going to break you back up to about 72,000. And then look, you got above a 200 SMA. That's the first sign. That's the first sign. Look, you hadn't been able to do that since you lost one at 10:30 in the morning there. All right, so it's been a half an hour since you got back above that level. I'm not saying it's the biggest deal in the world, but it's how you start at least. All right. Hope I'm giving you guys some insight. And again, the 5-second chart may be a little much for you. I understand that. But like sometimes you don't get it. Look, you got the inverted here on the 1 minute. You want to see if the 1 minute can break back up, but it's getting overbought on the stochastics too. So let's take a look here at what's happening. And then we're going to look at total market cap. We're going to look at the dollar index. We're going to give you some more insight into what's happening in the overall world markets. We're going to look at the S&P futures. Is there a correlation? What's happening? All right, we're going to look at Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance. It's going to get, and that's actually, we're going to tell you if we're going to dump even harder or not right now. And we're going to show you how to figure this out. I'm going to teach you right now. All right. This is going to blow your mind. We're going to go to Bitcoin. All right, on, let's say, Coinbase. All right, cool. Take away the moving averages for now. Delete all my work on that. Go to, like, the 3-day chart. All right? Great chart. 3-day chart getting tweezer tops and rejection now. First time, too. I mean. All right, and we want to look at the stochastics RSI. We want to look at Bitcoin's price action for at least, January, February, March, for at least 3 months. Okay? Stay with me right now. I'm going to blow your mind. You're not getting exactly what you want immediately fast. You're getting data that's going to blow your mind. You need this data. Don't play with me right now and leave this chat. This is going to blow your mind. It's going to take me some time to build because everything that really, really helps you is going to take some time. Just understand that. If you're lacking patience right now and you don't want the information, you're going to miss out. Okay? You're going to miss out. All right, now we're going to go to US Tether dominance. Watch this. I'm giving you if I pass away tomorrow, which I hope I don't, but you never know, you're going to be able to have what you need to survive, okay? And that's the key. The key is I want to give you guys what I got because I never know when I can again. I live in the present moment, and I truly believe that's all we have. So if all we have is the present, all I can do is give you what I have when I can, when I have that ability to. There's going to be a time in my life where I may not have that ability, okay? All right, so let's take a look at what's happening here on the 3-day chart. When was the last time Bitcoin took a bit of a hit? All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin's biggest pullback. It was right here. This was last time Bitcoin took a bit of a pullback, right? Now, when we look at it, it's interesting, right? Bitcoin dominance was getting overbought, right? Actually, all right, here we go. So I put a blue line right here, and I'm going to sit here. So what happened? Well, Bitcoin itself was oversold, all right? Coming down, but I guess maybe it's weird that it dumped a little bit on the 3-day, but it was on this. The point is, let's maybe use the daily for this. The daily might be better. So Bitcoin's big pullback. The daily overbought. All right, perfect. All right, and when we launch on that, we want to see, look, Bitcoin dominance overbought as well. All right, and then look what happened here. And I want you, this is going to take me a second to show you. If you can wrap your head around this, it's going to change your life. All right. So here, give me a second. So here's Bitcoin getting to the overbought regions right there. Stochastics were curving, said, no, I don't like it. What was Bitcoin dominance doing? It was in the overbought regions too. You see? And it was saying, hey, I'm overbought. Right here. You get it? Now, when Bitcoin's overbought and Bitcoin dominance is overbought, it tells me there's going to be a dump. Okay? Because Bitcoin dominance is at a high. It's about to lose. Now, Bitcoin dominance will drop and Bitcoin will stay flat and altcoins will pump if the US tether looks like it's going to dump too. So look, we had Bitcoin dominance overbought, right? We had tether overbought. And so what it meant was, and people probably rushed into the altcoins a little bit here too. There was some altcoin buying in there. Okay. Now, if we move forward to where we're at now, the daily looks like we could dump right now, right off the bat, right? Turning down on the stochastics. Bitcoin dominance wants to pump to the upside. Now, Bitcoin dominance pumps for two reasons. All right. There are times, let's see if we can find a time when Bitcoin dominance pumped when Bitcoin was dumping. All right. Right around here, as we finished the dump, and then right even here, see, as we were falling to the downside, Bitcoin dominance was moving to the upside. You see this? Right here. And what happened is eventually tether dominance climbed a little bit here. Right there. See? So what happens is, let me explain this concept. It's hard to understand. Bitcoin will dump. People will sell off Bitcoin into altcoins. All right? People will sell off Bitcoin into altcoins. I mean, people will sell off altcoins into Bitcoin. That'll raise Bitcoin dominance. Some people also sell off into tether. So what will happen is Bitcoin dominance will raise with tether dominance. When that happens, it usually means people are running into Bitcoin and Bitcoin's dumping. You get it? People are running into tether and they're running into Bitcoin. If you're in an altcoin that just went up 10x, it's likely going to dump. It could probably dump down 3x quick. Like if you went from 10 to 70 cents, it's probably going to go back down to 40, 50 cents. But if you're in a Bitcoin and went up to 72,000, it's probably going to dip to 71. So you're going to lose less money. So people rush back into Bitcoin if they don't want to be in fiat. Understood? So Bitcoin dominance goes up with tether dominance when people run out of altcoins but Bitcoin's dumping. All right. So if you see that the tether wants to pump and Bitcoin dominance wants to pump, but Bitcoin looks like it's going to go down, it's likely the altcoins are going to take a hit. You see what I'm saying? Right. All right. So now we have Bitcoin dominance wanting to move up. We also have tether looking like it wants to kind of continue up. Interesting. And we have Bitcoin looking like it's going to come down. What does that tell me? People may capitulate out of altcoins. Be careful. All right. That's what it's telling me. Just be careful here. And again, nothing is guaranteed, but just watch your alt bags here. If Bitcoin takes a huge hit, your altcoin's going to take way worse of a hit. I'm telling you right now. All right. So just pay attention, understand these concepts. And if you're in for the long haul, who cares? You're going to watch your portfolio go up and down if you're willing to go for the big one. But taking profits here probably would be a great idea, in my humble opinion, on some positions. Maybe not all. And I'm not a financial advisor, right? And again, I'm not taking substantial profits. I'll be honest with you. I'm in for the long haul, right? So we'll see what happens. I have taken profits all along the way this whole time. I've stashed Bitcoin. I've stashed some tether. We'll see what happens, all right? I bought $7,000 of Bitcoin last night, and I'm not afraid to say it, right? When I saw Michael Saylor buy more, I buy more. Let's take a look at the 4 hour if it can give us some more internal information of where we're going on the 4 hour time frame. So Bitcoin dominance again could curve back up in the oversold region. Bitcoin headed down, getting to oversold faster without making a lower high, a lower low. What we'd love to see this curve on the stochastics and not break that low. Could be a bullish sign for Bitcoin. So again, remember, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. I use these concepts to understand where it could and could not go, right? Wow, CAKE to the upside. Let's talk about CAKE. I saw CAKE moving. It's funny, I got back into my CAKE bag, started thinking about CAKE. And look at I had CAKE going up to $3.99, and then look, my target there, look, $5 for CAKE. How did I do that? It was simple. I just took the length of the pole and I drew a flag. Real simple stuff. When price got above the 21, that's when you know you're going to get a move. And tight moving averages above a high volume node. The stochastics were low. It told me to get in. It was really simple. I hold CAKE long term. I believe CAKE could get to $44 and do a 10x, maybe even get to $100. CAKE is hot. Bitcoin back to 71,800. getting bought back up. And there's a lot of people on the sidelines that wish they bought Bitcoin. And I don't see how that doesn't create some type of frenzy too and make it harder to push the price to the downside. But again, I don't want to get stuck in the news. I want to stick to the charts. 67% gains out of CAKE if you took the call in the trading group. All right. You're like, no, you didn't. Like, yeah, you did. CAKE, baby, CAKE. And I saw CAKE headed to, funny, I saw CAKE going to $4 back when it was $3.50. Funny. I don't see my setup, but if anyone, oh, there it is right there. Yeah, on 302. CAKE broke out. $4 is the target. I gave this to you guys in a flag. It was beautifully set, right? I think that was that little flag right there. Now, they did the dip when Bitcoin dipped. We still pumped to $4 and we went to $5. CAKE, baby, CAKE. CAKE, when I'm the CAKE man. I got into CAKE at 44 cents. We wrote it to 60 cents. We wrote it to, I always get it switched. I got into 60 cents. We wrote it to $44. Unbelievable. And you guys saw me do it. You guys watched it. I would talk about it every single day and we go over it together on the channel. It was amazing. I had my CAKE hoodie on and it was just a nut. It was a crazy time to be alive. It really was. Those were the days, baby. Those were the days. The days when I was the CAKE man. Wearing the CAKE hoodie. Remember the baby blue CAKE hoodie? Y'all remember, right? Who here was there for the CAKE hoodie days? The CAKE hoodie days of Sammy Davis. I see Head and Shoulders on link. Would you mind taking a look? Jay Rainey, love you, lifer. Hope your day is going well. My mentor, really the GOAT at what you do. Nobody can say you're not doing your thing. Shout out to Morehouse. Shout out to Morehouse and all the beautiful students doing their thing. Shout out to Jay Rainey. Thank you for being here. God bless. Everybody, I would like to sell merchandise. I got my team spread thin. Like I got everyone that like doing their thing, and everyone has a good role, and they're pretty. To me, they're pretty busy. And if I put merchandise on them, I think it's too much. Personally, I would like to have another person come on in, and all you do is merchandise. I think we should bring you in, give you a cut of the merchandise to give you an incentive. Okay. So Helium Mobile, Shib, and Doge, I'll tell you, run your profits to them. Wow. Pick me up. How can I help? So what I would like to do, now I would like to do different things. Jamie had a really good idea, and I agree with him 100%. We should do drops, meaning I should do like 40 of a nice hood, of a nice coat, right? 40 of a coat, and we sell them for $100. Only 40 of them, and we do eternal drops, and 40 to 50 of one item. And instead of just having a whole store, and then maybe we have one hoodie that everyone likes, a hoodie and a hat. So I want concepts. We got to do the Sammy Cup and Handy concept. We got to do so many, Damas Chi. We could do so many different things. And you guys could also help me. And there's probably things you guys could come up with. So I'd like to have a team meeting almost. Anyone wants to work on merchandise with me, email cryptolifers@gmail.com. If you have experience with merchandise, if you know how to help with merchandise, and if you want to make it happen, we're not doing enough. We really aren't. We're not doing enough, right? So as we blow up as a businessman, I know I didn't do enough for merchandise personally. And I have a store right now where you can buy merch, but they take 70% of the revenue. It's almost pointless for me to sell the merchandise that way. And it's on my mind. I'm actually a little stressed about it. I get stressed over my business. I get these internal, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. You know what I mean? I don't look at the numbers really. I'm not really into look at me, I'm a millionaire type of thing. I don't care, but that doesn't mean anything to me. I need progression. I need to see that we're moving forward every single day, right? And so I just really want merchandise, man. And so I'm just reaching out. I want to see, and maybe I get nothing back. You never know. But a lot of times I've done this and I have gotten some really good people. So the people that work for me today, a few of them reached out to me, and I met them through the channel. They watched the channel and they said, I'd like to help. And Jamie's one of them, right? And Jamie runs the Discord, helps me all the time. So I do online fulfillment and web hosting for brands and artists. I'd love to help you out. Email CryptoLifers, Merch Guy Merch. His name is Merch Guy Merch, dude. Email CryptoLifers@gmail.com, please. My wife will respond. Let's get you going. All right. Now, I do have merchandise. I want to make that clear. If you do want to purchase merchandise, I do have it. Okay? I do have it. Underneath each video, there should be a link here showing you the merch. Let me see here. And I don't mean to waste your time. I'll get right back to the show, I promise. Should be in big letters. Merchandise, right? Merch right there. And you could buy, the general things. You can get yourself a t-shirt. You can get yourself a coffee mug. Get yourself this cool little, windbreaker jacket. Pretty nice, actually. The sticker and in the embroidered patch. All right, so jump on it today. Should be a hoodie too, though. We took the hoodie down. I feel like there always should be a hoodie here. We had a hoodie for a while. No hoodie? They can't buy a hoodie? I don't know what happened. We did have hoodies here. If we could get hoodies, Sean, if we can get the hoodies back up and running here, it would be awesome. We'll figure that out maybe at a meeting. Crypto Nights, I never did get the free membership. Did you email immediately when you were supposed to? That's kind of weird. Mr. Liver, I can help with merch. That's my forte. Also, I do not want anything in return. Creativity is where I shine. Fidelio, email cryptolivers@gmail.com. I appreciate it. There's always something in return, man. Seems like you should have a stylish Crypto Lifer tie. Another thing, too. Yep. See, he said, I would love to buy a hoodie. There's merchandise right there, and he can't get what he wants to buy. Right? If you want to join, you want to trade where we trade, MEXC is the place to be. If you want to attach your bank account, I would do that at Coinbase. Coinbase, use the link to Coinbase. We both get $10 free, I believe, if you use my link. We should reach out to Coinbase, too, and ask them, because I'm seeing them giving $200 away to people. I'm seeing some of the bigger channels getting, and we should do that. We should be able to, we're a big enough channel that if you sign up to Coinbase, you get $200 free. I see it, Wendy O doing it, a couple other people. Sam, hey, you overlay your Bitcoin chart with the lunar solar eclipse indicator. Super interesting, and we're approaching an eclipse time. Lifer Pocket Square. Shout out to Jason Gillespie. I love it. I want my clothes to be only Crypto Lifer clothing line. See, the people have spoken. They want a clothing line. We got to make it happen. We're going to make, I do everything I put my mind to, so we're going to make it happen, everybody. Let's get back into the charts. Amazing that we're holding 71,800 and attempting to hold this key level. This is support for Bitcoin right here. Where these candles close, and we wick to it at 71,275 for BTC. Whenever I see these moving averages far apart, we usually take a dump. The only way we don't is if we could kind of like go somewhat sideways here. Are we going to start making this downward trend and come meet the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame? If we lose the 2-hour on the 4-hour, we're going to drop to the daily 200 SMA. You see this? I already know what's going to happen before it happens, everyone. And I can get, if we lose key levels, I'm going to be able to get you to the next level. I can prove it to you. And then we'll kind of test 52,000. So I'm not saying these are going to happen. I'm just saying I'm ready and I know exactly how to motivate. I know how to operate. I know how to execute. When certain things occur, I'm going to be able to show you exactly how to take control and make money. You got this. All right? We got this. So I'm open-minded right now that we could be getting a bit of a dump here for BTC. Holding this key level at 71,285 is crucial. Super overbought. That's the lowest the stochastics RSI have been in a long time. Below that dotted line. Some could almost say we never left the channel. It's a really weird channel, though. I almost feel like this was the channel we bear flagged out of it twice. This was the channel. We bear flagged out. We bounced. So I like this because what it does for me is if we get back inside this line, good. If we don't, no good, right? So it's kind of like that, right? It's really, this is that weird concept, but could it be a falling wedge that breaks out still? I don't know. That's too much for me. Signs of life on the 1-hour time frame, but not amazing. Rejection by 72,250. Right there. That was the bear, to me, the bearish retest, right? We shrink this down. So can we get back inside the trend line is the question. If you close, you know, could this be, let's see. Let me bring back all my indicators. MACD, all right. RSI did show a bullish div on the 7-minute. A strong one, too. Which represents liquidations. All right. 71900 resistance. Can you make an inverted head and shoulder here? Do you pump back to the 200 SMA on the 7? You get above the 200 SMA on the 7, I'd be more apt to open up a long. Okay. 7-minute stochastics seem not to want to push us when we, you know. And the bigger time frames are bearish. So I give you the information, you take it however you want it. All right. When you're away from the 21 on the daily, you usually come back to it or go sideways. You could go sideways to the upside. I've seen it. These are the three ideas. So you have 4 concepts. One, you're going to keep pumping to the upside out of nowhere. Just boom. Unlikely, but could happen. Doesn't usually happen when you're that far away from the 21. We didn't happen there, didn't happen there, didn't happen there. So unlikely. All right. Now there's a chance, but it's like a 0.001% chance. So there's a 0.01% chance we continue to pump. So that's a chance, but it's very, very low. Okay. The chance we continue to the upside inside of a bullish flag like this. Breakout. All right. Those are very rare. They're not as prevalent as the other two. So I'm gonna take that away because the percentage of that are very small. Then there's a chance that we go sideways. All right. And we make a beautiful bull flag here. It's a very, you know, there's definitely a chance this happens. This is a possibility. It may even take that long. It may be smaller, right? And what we'll do is we'll just be we'll range from 73.8 to like 70,009, and we'll just keep doing this. And eventually the 21 will catch the price, and then we'll get a breakout. Now, when price action's pretty far for the 21, usually it tells us we're going to do this. Now we may make a big dump and make an ascending triangle too. So the odds that we make a falling wedge are getting higher to me than we get a sideways price action. The 21 will tell you all of this and teach you exactly what to do. All right. Such a beautiful concept using the 21-day moving average. You'll never find a better one. Straight up. So this is where I'm at right now for Bitcoin. And there's a chance that we never lose this level here at 68,000. Chance we never lose this weekly support, right, at 71.5, but you never know. All right. I mean, and we even have, there was a little bit of daily support right here because it's where these two candles have closed. That candle closed right there. So it tells you, okay, can you hold this level? Once Bitcoin breaks 71.4, it's likely to drop. On the daily, it doesn't have any support till it gets back to 68,000, 67,950. So, and then I go back to the smaller time frames for confirmation. You get it? So I don't like what I'm seeing on the daily. I got bearish divergence on the 1 hour. We got a rising wedge that broke to the downside. That breaks down to where it began. It says 7,097. That'd be a $1,500 drop. Okay. And then the 1 hour, if it loses, the 45 loses the 200 SMA or the 30 minute. So right now, it's all about the 30 minute 200 SMA. If it holds, the whole day could change. If it loses, then we continue to the downside. You see how important the 30 minute is right now? And again, today is the 30 minute. Tomorrow it could be the 15. See, I didn't understand this concept. They choose certain time frames to go after. And every day it's different. Because I use all these different time frames, and I did this for 1,000 days, I caught all this. But it took me years to figure this out. You get it? It took me years. So now that I know if we hold the 30 minute, we're going to be all right for the day. If we lose it and we close a candle below it, we're very likely to go to the 1 hour 200 SMA. See this? Now the likelihood is bearish now because we keep making lower lows. All right. Sad for anyone who put it a P as long, man to man. Yeah. All right. Now, so far, previous resistance is support. See, if you stay in the present, and again, success. How do you stay successful? You stay in the present moment. A successful person does not worry about the future. It does not sit in the past and gloat in the past. Shout out to the 1,777 people. Blessings on blessings to be alive. Thank you for being here with each and every one of you. All right. Last thing I want to show on the screen. Funny guy. Join Commonwealth. It's going to be a big deal. Just flashed on my screen. I think today is the last day you can do it. If you didn't do it yet, today's your last day. So look at the 7 minute is helping it too, because look, it's basically an M pattern. You see it? It's an M with a, and look, the Stokes, when the Stokes get high and you don't get above. So here's your high. You make another lower high. To me, it's kind of got like descending triangle vibes. That measured move takes you further down to 69777. Crazy, right? Likely going to happen because the Stokes are very accurate indicators. When they're overbought and pushing down, you're likely going to continue to dump. When you have a high, and when you keep making lower highs, it's not a good sign at all. When you keep getting rejected by the 200 SMA, it's not a good sign at all. You got to flip the 200 SMA on the smaller time frames. Look, you barely made it. You didn't get over on the 32nd. And look, you can see this is a descending triangle. Just like it would be the other way around to the upside, right? There's a chance we do one of these. That's, it looks so much better this way than it does that way, right? $71,350 for Bitcoin. And the lowest of the day here has been 71,183. We continue to get meleeed. All right. It's funny, coins aren't that bad down from where they were, right? So interesting. Lost a lot today on my cake long. Got liquidated. When is a good time to re-enter? Yikes. Why are you getting liquidated, man? Like, why do people get liquidated? Again, if you join my trading group, the days of you getting liquidated should disappear. Nobody, if you're my student, you should not be getting liquidated. Period. Because you should either be in a swing trade, a dollar cost average situation where you're adding to a bag for long term, right? Or you're doing a small scalp with a stop loss. Like, why are you getting liquidated? Unless you just say, hey, I'm going to risk $100 and get liquidated. I get it. And the stop loss is the liquidation. I do that, but it's very rare. It's very rare. You should be trading leverage the same way you trade spot. There should be no different. If you were trading spot, you would, so you're either DCAing, right? So I see Bitcoin going further down to 69,800. All right. And thank God, because my indicators were saying, hey, there has to be some type of pullback here. This is unsustainable. This doesn't make sense to me. Like, it didn't make sense. That would help your leverage position. See, that's another thing. Then people do margin and they do cross margin. And it works for a month, 2 months, 3 months. And then one day they get into a trade that tweaks an emotion that they normally haven't been tweaked yet. And they get very emotional. And what happens? They start adding into the loss with cross leverage. Before you know it, they lose like 5, 10, 15 grand. I've seen it happen to many times. I've happened to me a few times on a small account. I never put more than like $500 in. Leverage has a way of eating you alive, and it knows how to do it. Just be careful. I see Bitcoin going further down to 69,824. I was able to see this earlier this morning that we were going to the downside. It was very obvious to me. Quick crypto till yesterday. And yeah, I put a good margin this time with lower cross. Update on DMTR call for a couple of weeks ago. Please and thank you, Step Pepper. I don't know if I personally put out a call. I feel like you asked me about the super chat. My Bitcoin liquidation price is 32K. I would assume I'm safe. I would never assume anything in trading. Yeah. Isolation is the only way. Bro, I lost 10.5 on the trade. I need to make it back. Yikes. You don't need anything. I see a lot of people using the word need lately. I need this. I need that. You need nothing because you have God. So if you have God, then what do you need? You get it? You have the most powerful being on earth that answers your prayers. Like you're attached to the ethereal space and time. You have everything you've ever needed. Think about it. For me to become the crypto lifer, I had everything I needed at 9 years old. The ability to learn. I just needed to put myself in the position to educate and get educated, but I had it all already put together. You don't need anything. The second you use the word need, you're going to end up with lack. All right? He says, but God don't pay your bills. God helps those who helps themselves, my friend. All right? Get the education you deserve. Join the 99. Yep. Leverage is the game, is the gamblon or playing like a teaser or a parlay. What do you think they call it? A teaser. Trade what you see, not what you think. Live in the present and be thankful for everything you got. Amen. That's it. That's the only way to be. What you need to do is thank God for waking up every morning. Amen. God does pay your bills. That's where you're wrong, James A. See? I love what he just said. He provides when you need it. We are not in control, my friend. Amen. A lot of people understood this concept, you know. Big man right here. Meditation and silence aligns these needs. Amen. 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 Let's take a look at Tesla. Someone said RIP Tesla. I mean, when you pulled the fib here, it bounced off a 618. That's a higher low, right? Still technically a higher low for Tesla. I don't love this kind of symmetrical triangle pennant here. Kind of a slanted shoulder head. Still kind of a slanted inverted head and shoulder. You see it? I still see it as somewhat of a complex inverted. Maybe I'm a little too bullish bias. I don't own any Tesla, so it doesn't matter to me. And I love Elon Musk. I love Elon Musk, man, and I want a lot of the things he does to go well. I'm also a realist, though, and I heard that Tesla has a lot of callbacks. My best friend got a Tesla. Next thing you know, the door wouldn't close. He had to go get the door fixed. So I heard they got a lot of callbacks, and then my buddy, the only guy I know, the only like personal friend of mine that owns a Tesla, had an issue with it. Again, that could have been a complete coincidence, but I don't believe in coincidences. So like, also my wife researched Teslas, and maybe this is wrong. And she's told me this many times, and I'm not saying it's true. I don't want to create FUD. But she said it's like driving inside of a microwave. It's far more worse for your body, electromagnetic frequency-wise, than it is in a regular car. I don't know if this is true. You guys can verify this. I have no idea. All right. Yeah. No, again, GM, you said, didn't you have an issue with your caddy? Yeah, GM has been known to kind of, cut some corners here and there every once in a while, especially as they, American-made, man. People don't work as hard as they used to, man. No matter what it is. You know that. I found a bolt missing. The door opens, and there's a little bolt there. No bolt there. You know what I mean? I could see the bolt's not supposed to be a bolt right there. I'll show it to you. A bolt missing in a $122,000 car. 100%, bro. That's why you don't fall in love with material things. Because it's all a bunch of garbage. Even that freaking Cadillac Escalade. It's all a bunch of garbage. My daughter was in the hospital. My mom died. Like, I'd do anything to bring my mother back. Anything. You know what I mean? Anything. He said most are produced in Mexico too, kind of like Boeing. Remember the whole Boeing scenario? That was crazy with the door. They're still going over that. All right. Produce the gains, but they don't pay employees enough to work hard enough. Amen. Honestly, don't know anyone in the crypto community that works harder and is more passionate about crypto than you. You're inspirational, mate. Thank you, ETN. I love you, man. I want you guys to do the best with your lives. I want you to go after it. I want you to change your lives. I want you to change other people's lives. I want you to do what you could do for everyone around you. All right? That dude that is suing Boeing, that was the whistleblower for Boeing, just got found with oh, man. That's crazy, right? Hey, you talked about SDX April 12th last year. Thank you. Amen. Rated, they are the most overrated cars of all electric cars are overrated. They're not good for you. Frankie for life. Crypto said it. Yeah. I will only buy Toyota. Sam Price, you're the truth, brother. Can you check Doge, please? Bitcoin at 70,000. Yeah. 70,900. Attempting to get bought back up again here. But again, look, every time that we come back up, the Stokes get high again. Showing signs, you know, so you just keep making flags here. And if the bear flag continues, you just keep hitting the flag. That's all. There's nothing else you could do. Okay. Orange Man, good global bag goat win. My Cybertruck will be purchased with crypto lifer money. Amen. I'd rather cry about being miserable in an Escalade than a Fiat Punto. Hey, I'd rather be depressed in a massaging seat. 100%, man. You know, I love Dan Pena. He goes, life is hard. You know that guy? He swears all the time. He screams, life is hard. Life is hard. I know it's hard. Of course it's going to be hard. He says, I'd rather be rich and have it be hard than be poor and have it be hard, because it's going to be hard either way. So why not get rich and make it hard? Because life is hard. I love that concept. He says, it's hard no matter what you do. So why don't you get paid? It's going to be hard. Your money's not going to change everything. You know what I mean? Your mom's still going to die in your arms, right? You're not going to be able to, your money's not going to be able to take that. You may be able to get a better doctor at the right moment in time, but at the end of the day, fate is coming for you. Ain't no money going to change that, everybody. So get right with God. Get right with your life. That's the only way you're going to feel better about most things in your life, if you get right with them. And you know what that means. Well, you could act like you don't, but you know what that means to get right. Deal with the issues at hand. Stop procrastinating. Stop pushing things away that you know you need to deal with. Handle your business, right? Clear all that mental, FUD out of your mind so you can really focus. A lot of ourselves, we have problems with discipline and focus because we have so much going on that we're not dealing with. We're pushing it away. What that does is it clouds the mind, and then the ADHD, and then the Netflix, and then this, and that, and it never stops. And the TikTok, and the news, and the bombardment, and the Facebook, and the Instagram, and we have no time to learn bullish divergence, right? To understand concepts of supportive resistance and to help ourselves along the way, right? So key that we're helping ourselves along the way here, everybody, at all times, all right? I like what this guy said. He goes, some of us have never had a home and at one point or another not wasted my earnings on some fancy car. I want land. Amen. Amen. See, it's a bit, see, the thing is, things are different. Here's the deal. Let's just say you made $1 million, right? You're going to have to pay taxes on at least 300 grand, depending, maybe even, 380,000, 38% of highest tax bracket, right? So if you buy a $120,000 car, that gets knocked off. And so instead of paying 300 grand, you pay less in taxes. So a lot of times business owners buy exorbitant luxury cars, not because they want them, just because there's nothing else to do with the money at that time and place. All right. So you're forced to do different things when you own a business than when you were a person, All right. We could still be making an inverted head and shoulder here. All right. But it's unlikely to me based on the stochastics getting high again on the 1 minute chart. Until the 1 minute can get us back above its 200 SMA, we are not going to reverse price. Price does not reverse until you can get back above the 200 SMA on the 1 minute chart. Look, all the dumps that we've had recently. Here's the dump here. Eventually we maintain. We got back above the 200. That was how we started to maintain. Okay? Every single time. Dump here. We got it back to the 200. So we're waiting to see if this can turn into an inverted head and shoulder. It's likely the daily bottom because it's a heavy divergence, but it could be a bigger dump than what we've seen recently. The charts convey more is coming. It's so crazy how the charts show us what's going to happen. And it was like, what? I thought they were buying all the ETFs, and I don't care what the news is telling you. I don't care what people are telling you, everybody. I care about being below or above a 200 SMA on the 1 minute chart. If you look at the charts, you'll know what's going to happen. Stop listening to the news. Stop listening to this whole, get out of this idea that you know what's going to happen in the market because you know what the ETFs are doing. Start looking at the charts. I'm telling you right now. It happened to me so many times. I started reading the news and I forgot my charts. And because I forgot my charts, I lost my way. All right? Is there anything to worry about or just hodl? I'd rather cry on my Lambo. I bought 10 acres with shit profits last bull run. Sitting pretty for this bull run. And I'm going to do it all over again. I love that. I used to be homeless for 7 years. I will never go back to that. I have no need for material things, just the pursuit of prosperity. Amen. Selling your Bitcoin now will be a mistake in a few years from now. Life or truth bombs. That's what somebody just said. I didn't say selling your Bitcoin would be a true mistake, but I believe that. I bought more Bitcoin. I did. I really did. I bought $7,000 of it. Right? Hello, guys. I was on the holiday in Bali. Oh, I hope you had a wonderful time in Bali. That sounds amazing. Blessings. Let's talk about the fan funding. Shout out to all the people that gave today. Caesar Mansour, could you check out LCID? We'll take a look at it right now for you, and we're going to go through all of these concepts right now. LCID. Let's take a look at LCID, which I don't know what it is. Never heard of it. Is it on the stocks? Lucid. Oh, yeah, Lucid. I know Lucid. Sorry. I'm thinking about like a ticker, like a crypto coin, right? Wow, Lucid got banged to the downside like you read about, huh? Yikes. Looks like a pump and dump. It's funny, what it tries to do is it tries to do the Adam and Eve, see? But it's like a slanted one. I mean, look at the 7-day. The 7-day still says it wants to go down lower. That's crazy. What is this thing? This thing is horrible. Somebody shorted this company to the ground. It looks like it's going to go lower, man. I don't know. I guess if I really believed in this company, I guess I'd be buying it on the low. But this thing is like, this is one of the worst charts I've ever seen in my entire life of any asset in my life. Looks like no hope of recovery. Looks like this Fluent chart here. Where's this thing? Oh, God. I keep saying this chart's going to go lower and lower. Look at this. Look at this thing. What is up with this stock, man? This thing is in the dump. I don't see this ever recovering. I see this thing. This is done. Maybe. I don't know. Not all stocks come back, right? Wow. Sell-off, right? Major sell-off. Yo, like, what is going on with Fluent stock here? This thing is... What is going on with Fluent stock? This thing is just cannot hold support. I kept seeing that every time I lost a 200 SMA on the 3-day chart. Dump. Look, and it got back above it. It would get these nice little pump-ups to $7. Last time it was $7 was 2019. Then in March of 2021, right before the but ever since the pandemic, man, dang, man, this thing has just been on a massive tear down from $8 all the way down. Today is at 52 cents on the low. Fluent. Yikes. Anyway, Lucid looks horrible, bro. Yeah. Update on the DM. That cross thing you just explained is exactly what happened to me. $200,000 loss on the road to recovery. Thanks, Sam. You are the best. Shout out to ChemBoys04. Blessings on blessings, brother. I do Tom Crown's art and merch. I would love to do yours as well. Please email us, man. CryptoLifers@gmail. Moggy Games. I'd love you to jump on in, everyone. I'd appreciate that. And Tommy's my boy, so if it works for Tommy, it works for me. Is CAKE a good entry for 10x leverage long with liquidation price at 430? I would never tell you when to enter a coin. That's on you. Okay. Holding FET into the conference. What do you think TA-wise? Honestly, I'd be looking at Bitcoin. I would forget about that conference right now. Make sure Bitcoin's holding. If Bitcoin dumps, it's going to dump your FET. I don't care what NVIDIA does in that conference. Understood? All right. APTOS launch token at a beautiful cup and handle. Thank you for saying that. Can you look at COREUM? Love your life. I hope your day is going well. My mentor, really the GOAT at what you do. Nobody can say you're not doing your thing. Shout out. Morehouse, Jamie, Jay Rainey, we love you, brother. Sure, shout out to the Racine, Sun Chips, Cresco Crypto, Effin Book, Caesar Mansour, and could you check PONKE on the Sol Network? Bitcoin getting a bit of a bounce back to the upside here. Not amazing, though. A little bit of bullish divvy there on the 1 minute. You see it? Swing up to swing up. Well, that swings up. Could give us some signs of hope here. Right now, I'm in the present moment in my mind projecting another bear flag that's going to drop down to 69,800. Unless they could give us a double-topped inverted, the double-headed inverted, right? Where you have the shoulder, the head is a double head, right? Hey, I'm open-minded. We could bounce back, get above the 200, then boom, we could be at 74,000 before you know it. This could be a complete trap, a bear trap, just to get a bunch of people to short the market so they can create more liquidity above us. The guys, there's still whales above us, 74,000, 75, right? That's where the most liquidity is. But when we shrink it down, there is still some liquidity below us too as well. Look at that. There's some big bars at 68, 69, 70K. So, and that's 127 Bitcoins, 100 Bitcoins. There's a big load up point here for some whales. So there's some whales that do want to bring the price down. However, the biggest red is still at 74K. Still tells me that we're going to go higher than lower. The darkest red is where, you know, you guys watch this. So it's not even me anymore. If you watch the channel, then you know the same probabilities that I do. It's not even me saying it. I give you guys the same information every day. You guys can now assume or make your own data projection on this idea. But it's, you know, we're up here. So this is a key area that has the most liquidity. So most of the time we go where the most liquidity is. However, I do see a good amount below us right now that's enticing me to think, hey, we may go a little lower here. CVD at 118, cumulative volume delta, right? All right. So here we, you know, again, this stays in this concept like you're going to dump. You're going to want to get back above 71,350 to remain bullish. So what you do is you set up small traps, right? You set up small traps for price action on small time frames. If it can get above those traps, so you set up like a bearish trap confirmation. You'd be like, all right, if you can't get, here's my little trap. Like I made this line, I said, if you can't get back above there, here's my trap, right? If you can't get back above here, expect more downside, right? If we keep going and if this resets like so, the stochastics do something like this and come back up again and curve, and we do something like this and we're curved, we're going to dump. When we get to the end of this and the stochastics are high and curving, now if it's the other way around and we end up kind of going sideways and then we go here and then we're up, then there's a chance we get a move to the upside. The stochastics and the pattern tell me a lot. It's a subconscious mind thing that's happening when you do it too. You're feeding your brain this information on a daily basis. Okay? There is a bullish divergence on the 1 minute time frame that just kicked us in for a bit of a pop to the upside. Could we V-shape recovery all the way back? Anything is possible lately with Bitcoin. I'll be honest. So I go one step at a time. That is a bit of a double bottom. Now look, the present moment has changed. Had we dumped down here, this was not a W. In the last 4 minutes, it's now a W. Now W's break up 68% of the time. I have changed how I feel about price action in 4 minutes because it hasn't done the same, because it did something different. Now there's a probability to the upside that didn't exist before. This is the same thing that's happening on the daily, the 4 hour, the 1. If you can't switch your mind fast, if you can't make these moves, you're going to be left in the wayside. See, trading is for the fast-minded guys that can switch and move and able to kind of, we're very, 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 very versatile. Trading will make you a versatile person. If not, you will lose. You eventually learn how to become versatile. You eventually learn how to set confirmations on smaller time frames. You'll be bullish and bearish in literally 2 minutes you can switch. If you can't do that, that's going to be, that's really the key concept to becoming a next level trader. See, when I was a first level trader, I could make money, but it had to be the same way every time. I couldn't go, and if it didn't go the other way, I had to walk away for the day. There's no way I could have looked at something on the 4 minute, been bullish, bearish, flipped at the last minute, waited for confirmation, found a 200 SMA, and then bang, nailed it. That took years. Absolute years, especially for my personality. Although I see you, I study a lot of you people. I study all of you guys. I teach so many people around the world. I know so much about people and personalities. I've studied people. I really have. And I was in New York City. I met thousands of people. Some days I would meet 50 people a day. Many days I've met 10 to 20 people in a day. I can't tell you how many people I met in New York City. Now I live in Boston. I meet a new person rarely. So living in New York City and living in Boston, two different worlds. You live in New York City, you're going to be a far more worldly person. No offense to Bostonians. But you're going to know way more about the world living in New York City. I did 20 years in New York City, in the most multicultural center of the earth, at 74th Street, Broadway, Roosevelt. I learned about, I was eating, what was I eating? Yak. I ate yak. eating yak at a Himalayan bistro. You know what I mean? Like, you name it, you could have it in Queens, man. Like, if it exists, you can have it, right? So, and we have everything there, from the cartels down in Roosevelt, right? The Colombianos and the Mexicans and you know what I mean? We got, New York City is no joke, man. Funny, most dangerous city, and they don't let you, protect yourself. It's so funny. But so look, a bit of a double bottom here. Can we break above this? I like that we're above the 21. Usually that means we could break up to the 200 SMA. This is the money printer. We came down a little bit. I would have liked to retrace back down, but so far so good. Yes, the Stokes are high. That's the only thing I've learned about the money printer strategy and the pump back to the 200 SMA. It usually happens when the stochastics stay high. So many times the stochastics were high and I would get out of the trade, but now I trust in the moving averages more than anything else. You see? That's what happens over time. You'll get to this indecision point. You'll have two different things that you use a lot. And then at one point, you'll pick one and you realize it. And then eventually you start being like, okay, at this point, I'm going to pick this most of the time. That's another key deep insight that comes in only when you're trading like every day for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks on end. All right. There's so many cool key concepts in trading that'll blow your mind. All right. Update on DMTR call from a couple weeks ago. We'll look at that right now. Thank you, Sergeant Step Pepper. Step Pepper. It's crazy. I called WIF to 321 when it was back there. I didn't even, logically, I thought there was no way it was going to $3. I really didn't. Thought there was no way. Dog with hat, right? Biggest gainer of the day and continuing to pump. Does not care about Bitcoin at all. Like Bitcoin, it doesn't. And this is why I believe we're in some type of crazy bull market, because this thing wants to continue. And again, Kyle has a big following, and he's got the bonds with these normies, bro. And he's telling them, hey, so he's doing a really good job, man, of creating a good narrative. And again, it's not just him. There's a lot of money in there. He can't put billions of dollars in there. So I'm not saying, but he's waking a lot of people up to what's happening here to WIF. And it looks like WIF just wants to continue. When someone gets into the game and they're looking for a new coin, WIF just seems to be the hottest thing since sliced bread right now. Now it could go 46% gains for WIF. And again, it's the strongest coin while Bitcoin's dumping. I like to trade strong coins while Bitcoin's not doing well. Gives concept right now. Now we were at 70,900. We got back above 71K. 71K is going to be a battle. We hold 71K. Chance we get right back to 74. And look, it's weird how we're like kind of bearish today, right? At $71,000. It's just weird to me. Right? But I see WIF doing damage. Damage cheese, baby. Bang. All right, let's take a look here at, I just want to look at the video from yesterday where someone asked me about WIF, and I said, let's take a look at what's happening to WIF here. All right. Remember, all my videos are timestamped. So if you want to see something that I did, say you have to come, you ask for a super chat, you don't get it, you want to see it again. WIF should be in here, I believe, right? I don't see it. Dang. Maybe it's the day before. I don't see WIF. I might have said I'm not going to show you the WIF chart because I got something, because I had the chart plastered. There we go. So look, I'm showing you this flag here, and I'm telling you we're going to 328. Nobody had this. I'm telling you right now. Even the people that were bullish on WIF, nobody had a 328 area where we're going up. Nobody. Look, and I see it even going higher, 456, honestly. But this is crazy. Do I readjust this? I just remember where I got my 328. There it is right there, right? Oh, sorry. Anyway. Man, we do so much TA here. It's insanity. We cover more coins. And look, resistance here now too. All right. And now a big move to the downside. Right? And remember, there was all these other YouTubers like, I'm in a huge long. Like, why would they do that to you guys? Like, I don't understand that. Like, even one of my favorite buddies, he was like, it's like they like, come on, man. Like, And so look, previous support becomes resistance. That's SR flip. Flip it upside down. Same, yeah, and like shoulder, head, right shoulder. So look, we could be making the right shoulder. See, when I flipped it upside down, I could see this head and shoulder dump. Tells me we could pump. So I flip in the charts upside down, I'm able to see something different here. Let's see if we can make the right shoulder here. If we make the right shoulder, I'll open up a long. Why not? That's a reversal concept, right? So let's go into the futures account here, and we maybe get ready to trade. All right. I'm going to do all the super chats first if I can. I got like 2 to 3 minutes to get a few done while we wait to see this right shoulder play out. Let's take a look at DMTR. All right. I do see WIF going further to 478. It seems to be people just, they are fiending for this thing and they wish they had more. I said this the other day when I put it in this flag, and I couldn't believe that it broke out like the way it did. I see 478 coming for WIF. A resetting on the 1 hour Stokes while it's setting a flag, and the moving averages are showing signs of continuation. I don't see why we don't go to 478. Again, if you're not even watching the stream right now, but you have your phone on you and you're at work, you're getting this WIF call sent to your phone. My calls are highly accurate. You tell me, the world knows, so whatever you want. I mean, at this point, so many people have watched the stream and they know the deal. I don't need to even say it anymore. I trade probabilities that have a 68%, 78%, and I show you them all the time. So you asked about DMTR, Dimitra. And wow, I talked about it going to 7.4 from the low there at 3. This thing boomed all the way up 250%, bro. I see why you wanted me to bring up DMTR. It's funny, January of this year it pumped. But remember, we were trading this coin way back in the day. Like a year and a half ago was one of my picks. Up 251%. Wow. So cool that you put that out, man. You wanted me to go over. Let's take a look at what's happening to DMTR now. We like this coin, agriculture AI, right? It's got like, it's, one of the first like AI agriculture coins. Doesn't really get mentioned in the AI fold as much. And it's a really unknown coin. It's very obscure. A lot of people do not know Dimitra. But we've been playing with Dimitra for like a year or 2 years almost now. I got in at 1. It went up to 9. I sold at 7. I built a small bag and then I sold again. I have like $100 left in a KuCoin account now, just sitting there. Will I ever get back in? I don't know. I hadn't thought about it when I was accumulating. Kind of missed my mind. Now, if Bitcoin takes a dump, maybe this will dump down. But if it can bounce and go sideways, so I'd watch for this to go sideways. I'd put an alert here. Again, if the alert hits, it lets me know the price action went sideways. Inside the price, or if it does, if the alert hits, we're either going to be down here or here. If the alert hits and we're here, then I'm more apt to take the trade. That's why I love my alerts. They basically tell me when to trade. I set up the perfect time to enter with the alert. If the price hits the alert, then it's the perfect time to enter. Such a beautiful concept, right? So DMTR says it could continue to the upside here at 25 cents. That's what I'm looking at for DMTR. Let's take a look at FET. What do I think TA-wise on FET? All right. FET's still inside of a flag. A lot of buy pressure for this puppy. A lot of people fiending for it, right? Wish they got in. Now they're like, whoa, this thing's so hot. We were buying FET at 7 cents. I was buying FET for 2 years, like talking about FET for a long time. It was like kind of boring to me. I didn't even know it was going to be this hot. But I knew it was a concept that I stuck to. And I stick to my guns and I continue to go. Look at this 4-hour time frame. See, usually we may get a Bitcoin sideways. To me, it looks like Bitcoin's going to go sideways for the next 5 weeks and all coins are going to pump. That's what it looks like to me. But you never know. FET looks nice to me. Showing no signs of bearishness compared to Bitcoin. No big red flags. It's in a bull flag. It's previous support, on that double bottom support there. If it loses, it will come back down and test 189. Chance it really does hold 250. I'm not selling my FET. I'm not even thinking about it. I got in so damn early. So I know there's a lot of men and women like me out there that are holding their FET bags laughing like, I'm not selling my FET before the halving. Not happening. All right. Just not going to do it. 1 minute still drastically away from the 200 SMA. Not a good sign for the bulls. Can you look at COREUM? Says VMI alum, old corp. Now, this doesn't get a lot of buzz, right? This coin doesn't get much buzz, but it's somewhat, you know. So we pulled a fib on this coin. We found the 786 Fibonacci retracement. Tight moving averages at the high volume node. That's a go-to situational move of mine. We nail that many times. It's a known way to trade in my trading group. I'll teach you Fibonacci. I'll teach you tight moving averages. Look, once you got above the 200 SMA in the 4 hour, you open up a trade. The odds of trading with the 200 change your life, make you so much gains, it's insane. 37 cents is the target for COREUM. Its next big area of resistance will be 25, 26 cents. I see COREUM continuing to the upside. Let's take a look at our 2-day chart. Getting a little overbought. Let's look for the 2-day chart to get back above the 200 SMA. If it can't, look for it to kind of meander for the next 2 to 3, maybe a week or two. You get back above this yellow line on the 2-day chart, that's going to cause bullishness too. So watch that very closely. But I see this in the next month somewhere at 37, unless Bitcoin is a black swan. Giant cup and handle, just got started off that secondary higher low. This thing looks money to me. 3-day chart still has expansion. You got to get above these 200 SMAs. The second you get above a 200 SMA on the 3-day chart, a huge move is coming. A huge move. So, yeah. Am I trading COREUM? Probably not. I think there's better out there with more buzz, but looks like it's going to get there if it's your coin. I bought Myro because of you. Probably a top 5 decision in my life. Thank you, Lifer. Hey, man, I think I've given a lot of people top 5 decisions in their life. No, but hey, man, blessings, bro. Hey, you bought it, brother. I just put it on your radar. You know what I mean? Blessings on blessings, my friend. I hope you get out at the right time, take some profits, do the right thing. Shout out to Joshua William Booth. Your opinion of the Google Crypto GRT, and celebrate the first super chat on the live. I like GRT. I think it's hot. However, I did my research, and I found out that Covalent, what, CQV was it? Or CVQ? See, Covalent doesn't get the buzz. But I watched the whole documentary on Covalent and the guy who created it, and they say it's better than the Graph token. I like the Graph. I got into the Graph, and I was like, Graph's the Google for searching blockchain, right? For the, if you want, and it sounded like a cool concept. But they said you have to search like a whole section at a time to get the next section. Covalent makes like searching easier by bringing the section into smaller places. That's what I was deep diving this. Like, this was 2 years ago deep dive, so I'm going on my memory now. But I did find that Covalent. Did anyone else find this that got deep into that type of research with if you compare GRT to Covalent? But apparently Covalent, better concept. You know what I mean? More efficient concept. Bitcoin back at 71,000, just kind of struggling at 71K. I do see possibly lower lows. It all depends on what these small time frames do. Thanks for looking at DMTR Lifer. I've been accumulating since you put it out on my radar last year. Went heavy in at 115, and I'm up huge now. Time and patience really pays off. Step Pepper, man. Sammy, the right shoulder. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I forgot about the right shoulder. Yeah. Let's take a look. Didn't really make the right shoulder, did it though? Right? It's to me, it's bear flagging. We never even made that. We didn't even try to make the right shoulder. Got a little bit of bullish div right here, which could be holding us down. 71,323 is the resistance. You must break 71,323 to remain bullish. And look, this almost got that's a symmetrical triangle right there, and they are bearish. They mainly break to the downside, in my humble opinion. That's the link to the poll. 69,500 for Bitcoin. And once we lose 70K, it's going to be a pretty big deal, right? May want to look into a plumber to install a PRV for you, mate. What's a PRV, man? Now you're wasting my time, but I got to find out everything. A pressure reducing valve. When your water source is replaced, aging PR may be able to handle that load. Are you talking to me? Why? A pressure reducing valve? Why? Pressure relief valve. Anyway, the total loss is moving. Hey Doug, why don't you go see me in a I'm not gonna say that to me in a dark alley. Ah man. The total is tapping the 200. Yep. The pressure is on. I have a Bitcoin wormhole on BSC and MetaMask. How can I swap and transfer to Binance? Please God, if anybody knows. I have no idea. How can I swap and transfer to Binance? Not that hard though, right? Bitcoin BOBA looking like a reversal. You know, it is kind of a, you know, it's funny. Wait. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Right? Watch. I'm going to trade this for fun. 68% chance I should win to the 200 SMA, right? I don't like it though. I'm just going to do it for entertainment purposes only. 71,977 is the target, which is interesting. Stop loss is 70,787. It technically is an inverted head and shoulder, right? With a really wacky right shoulder. I don't know though. I see it as a symmetrical triangle about to dump in my face. Not doing it. Sammy dropped the... Sammy didn't... No, honestly, I trade when the... It's kind of interesting. You know what's funny? This is a cool concept. You ever think of the idea that someone wants to ask a girl out, but then he asks the girl's friend first if she likes him, and she says, oh yeah, she likes you. So now when he goes and asks the girl out, it's not going to be that big of a deal for him, right? That's how I trade. I want to make sure that the girl knows that I know that the trade's going to say yes to me. I like to open up trades that have a high probability of it happening. Like this, I'm risking 100 for, this is the worst trade I've ever taken in my life. I'll take it for fun. We should pump up to the 200 SMA though. Should get a nice little gap up there. But I'm not, I'm just, it's like this isn't a good trading environment for me, right? I don't know if the girl's going to say yes to me, so I'm not going to ask. Understood? I know it's a weird metaphor, but I only trade when the situation is in my favor, all right? If the situation is not in my favor, I feel no reason to trade. And I have too many setups and I have too many ideas and concepts that play out well. And if I don't see them, it's like, it technically is a right shoulder. It could play out. But like, look, we have a low, we have a high, we have a lower high. The stochastics aren't doing that well. We do have some bullish div that could be the bottom for the day. But VRA is a pretty girl. Along the reversal. HNS on that. Amen. Okay. You make sure you're confident in making the choice. Solama going to make a comeback. Who knows? Honestly. I didn't buy any Solama yet. You know what I mean? Very, very high risk. I wanted to watch it, see how it did when it came out. With Bitcoin wasn't dumping right now, Solana might do great. You have to understand that. Well, again, as long as it doesn't lose the 200 SMA, Solama still looks pretty nice, right? It's still inside the concept here. I want to see how this thing does if it breaks up to the upside. All right. I'm more interested in what happens when MEXC launches it. Like, I like to just observe the concept of what goes on. I am not as risky as most people. I put 100 grand in Solana. I didn't put 50 grand in WIF. You get it? Like, I tend to be overextended in very low risk and then a little extended in high risk. I do that like kind of the bell, the way they call it, bell. I saw the concept the other day. Miles was talking about it, like bench. I don't know. I got to look at it. It was Kyle Chesse was putting it out. Let me see if I can get the picture. But it's technically what I do, and it helps out pretty well. I over invest in key areas, right? Dude. Yo, man. They're pushing the BCOQ Inu, right? It's so crazy. So crazy. So look, the right shoulder dumped, then pumped back up again. So weird, right? Now that's technically a bear flag, man. Now I got shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? I'm telling you, everyone, the bigger time frames want to reset. They need the daily needs to revisit this 21-day moving average. Look at the daily now. You got a bearish engulfing candle on the daily. Don't forget that. That closes bearish. That's a bearish sign. Now, there's a chance it gets wicked back up, but it's very likely we're coming to this 21-day moving average. Very likely. Now we go back to the other concepts that I taught you. All right? Remember, we're watching the 30-minute 200 SMA. Remember that. We lost that. Remember when I told you we lost it? We were going to go where? To the 45. Where did we go? Right to where? The 45 200 SMA. I told you this at the beginning of the show. Now, if you lose the 45, where are you going? To the 1 hour. If you lose the 1 hour, where are you going? The 2 hour. It's very simple concepts. And in this way, you can just keep moving your stop losses to the 200 SMAs and keep the price coming down for you. All right. Again, I feel like the dump should have been harder by now. Makes sense. A lot of people want to get into Bitcoin. All right. How does the normal price affect the future prices? What do you mean? They're directly correlated, man. Hey, Sam, my wife still hasn't came back, even in a bull run. Hey, don't worry, man. MoveOn.com, my friend. Stay in the present moment, man. Don't wait for someone else that didn't wait for you. All right. That's the number one concept, man. Hi, everyone. After watching Sam's streams for a year, finally decided to join the 99 family. Can't wait to meet you all very soon. Wish me luck, and God bless. Hey, thank you for jumping on in. We appreciate you. Shout out to Darren Makes Coffee. It's going to be the best month of your life, man. I'm going to make sure of it. I'm going to make sure of it. Binance does not support Bitcoin Wormhole. I have to swap in MetaMask and then withdraw to Binance. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Sorry if you explained before. Can you briefly explain how to access your chart? I don't know what that means. I go to tradingview.com. All right. You mean on Discord? I don't know what he's saying. Yeah. How likely is it to turn 1K into 10K in your Discord? I mean, how likely are you to be successful? I mean, I don't know, man. Are you like, it has everything to do with you, my friend. You see the probabilities, but if your emotions don't let you do them, then I don't know. It really has everything to do with you, my friend. You are the outlier. All right. People that listen and do the right thing, they tend to do well. Okay. But again, you got to listen and do the right thing. All right. Days, the red days, man. You know they were coming. You know they were coming, right? Nothing goes up forever. Like, look at the month. Look at the P&L in the month. 10 grand on Friday, 10 grand on Saturday, 4 grand on Sunday, 5 grand on, right? Lost 900, lost 11,000, right? Came back the next day, won it all back, 26. Friday, 11. Saturday, 15K. Banged on him on Sunday for 24. One of the biggest days of my trading life. 84, 16, 6. And today we may get spent today. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens today. But still an amazing month. I mean, 10, 10, 4, right? That's 25 grand. That's 30 grand. That's just $1,000. We don't even need to call it, right? It's like whatever, 29,000. And then that brings us back down to 11. Fine, we're at 18. And you give us a 20 to 38, and then the 6 is 44, and that's another 12, right? You're sitting at 56, then you're sitting at 71, then you're sitting at 94, then you're sitting at basically 103, and so look, I made 100 grand in 13 days. I mean, come on, like that's life, right? That's how you do it. Now we got to protect the purse, right? That's the key concept here. And that's where it's all about watching what's happening. So look, we left. That it never happened. See? Never happened. All right. Don't even forget my trade. I made 100 grand in 13 days. You think I care about a $100 trade? Let's get real. So actually, I do care about every money, but right now I don't. I mean, let's. So 100 is about to go further down to about 69,769. right? And I show you my P&L. Those are not doctored numbers. Those are all real. That's the real website. No BS, okay? And again, some people made way more than me. And I had a lot of Bitcoins. I made way more than that. Believe me, I even made more than that. I'm not trying to be rude. That's not all I made. I'm just trying to, you know. That's awesome. That's insane. I want to be like you, my friend. 100 grand in 13 days. You can do this if you want it. I do it every day of my life, though. You know, to make 100 grand in 13 days, I dedicated myself to this for 10 years straight. I just started getting to these high points in life. It took me 10 years. So when you see someone showing, oh, awesome gains, you don't remember the years of pain that I went through, the night shift that I went through, the same jeans that I wore from Costco's for a long period of time. Okay? So it's a big deal. Like, I'm not trying to brag. I'm trying to say, I can't believe I got this far. I used to be on a night shift with nothing. My parents didn't hand me a golden spoon. You know, my dad was a hardworking iron worker. My mom was a school teacher. I came from hardworking people that were never given a dime, that worked for everything they had, you know. How did you handle early losses? How did you continue? I'm a beginner and I lost 400. I'll be honest, my first few trades were wins. My first trade, I know this sounds crazy, but I was getting emails to buy silver stocks over and over again on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Can I get the likes up to 1,000 likes, everybody? We were hitting 1,000 likes on every single stream for literally 10 streams straight. I would like to keep up the concept. All right. You didn't take trade on live. Yes, I did. I traded this trade right here live in front of you. What are you talking about? Look, it's dumping to the downside now. The trade is down. Like, I got stopped out. See? I did take the trade live. Anyway, this is going down to the downside. Dumpage. And you're like, why aren't you shorting, Sam, right now? I just don't feel like it. It sounds crazy, right? I just don't feel like shorting right now. I don't know. I'm being really stubborn about it. I'm just like you, Sam, you knew the whole market was going to dump when we hit the rejection here and the rejection here, and you've been calling the lows. I know. Sometimes I have a, maybe I have to get over myself. I don't like to short Bitcoin that much. I don't. It's not my favorite thing to do. So, but look at that thing. It's down. There it's going to my target. So crazy how you can find out where it's going based on the membership move. Come to daddy all the way down to 69,500. Come on. And lose 70K. And then they're all going to start panic selling now. They're all going to panic sell now. Everybody panic sell. Sell it off. And then watch it reverse. Lately it has, but then they get you, right? So you panic sell, they reverse. You don't panic sell, they don't reverse. I've seen it all. It happens. All coins are holding pretty well. I'll be honest for you. Like Joystream just took a nasty dump, right? And then it came back up. It's holding itself right now from where it was. So people are not really stressing this Bitcoin dump as much as possible, And who is the institution selling Bitcoin? I don't get it. I short Bitcoin a lot on the bear market. You see me shorting all the time. I opened up multiple shorts up until I was shorting Bitcoin a lot up until a certain kind. Where was I? When did I stop shorting? There was a key area where I began to. I just stopped shorting mostly altogether. Right about, I shorted here, I shorted there, we shorted a little bit of there, we shorted this a little bit. Once we kind of broke above this level, I opened up a few shorts around here and there a little bit, but they got less and less. I was shorting a lot here, shorting a lot there, whenever we saw that we were going to pull back, shorting that. Whenever I saw a downtrend, I would keep shorting the trend, right? I shorted the trend. Once we lose 200 SMAs, it means the trend is, look, this gets high on the daily. The daily shows a high. Then the 7-minute loses the 200 SMA somewhere in here on an intricate time frame. Then I know that we go into the 15, then the 1 hour, and then I know the dump is occurring. Once we lose the 4 hour, it's a real dump, right? That's when it's but it starts at the 7 minute. So I see all this happen before it happens because I can see the smaller time frames. Just like I saw today that we were going to dump. They told me we were going to dump today. The smaller time frame said, hey, we're going to dump. Okay? That's what I was told. How? Why? Well, it was obvious to me. Okay? Number one, we bearishly retested this on the 7-minute. The bearish retest is the first place to get into a trade. The retest is a beautiful way. And like right here, we tried to get back inside. We couldn't. That's a bearish retest. I pointed it out too. Then I drew this flag and said we're likely to go down. Then we came back up, rejected. Look, we just bounced off that target there. And so this is where we're at right now, watching for the fall. I wanted 68.830. Now you're looking for a strong bullish divergence yet again. You have it on the 1 minute. It's a pretty good one. Usually that will give you somewhat of a reversal. How is the question? And now we're back to the same concepts again. As you see, now we slap on the moving averages. We look where the 21 is and the 200. Now I put this line here. No, not even really. It's like, huh? So bounce, 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 resistance. SR flip, you got to get back above 70,800 to remain bullish. All right. At the end of the day, your daily now is in a nasty spot, right? In a really nasty spot. We could look at UST on Bybit. You can look at any chart you want. Binance US. Look at that daily, man. You haven't seen a daily like that since right here. Okay. I've grown my account from 5K in January to 15K, and now I'm not even in the trading group. It is truly amazing everything you learn here if you just show up every day. Don't at me for not joining yet. You better join, man. Don't be grimy. So you turn 5K into 15K, and you don't think it's worth to send me $99 a month. Come on, man. See, you'll get more by giving more. You know what I'm saying? Please check Doge. Should bounce back. Maybe it does bounce back. You never know. My thing is this. Let's go to that weekly. Let's slow down. Remember what we said. Remember what we go over. As long as we stay above 65,750, we have no problems. As long as we stay above this wick here, we have no problems. All right, everybody? So unless we go lower than 69,151 or this level, we're not going any lower. All right? This is strong weekly support. So when you zoom out and you calm down, you take a deep breath, and you realize today's just one day of many, many days of trading. And it's all going to pan out over time. It's all going to pan out over time. As long as you did your research and you're not buying garbage, you should be okay. Okay? Once you get wrecked, you'll be joining the 99 real quick, my friend. Shout out to the boosted frequency. How long from your experience would you say it'll take to make 1K from 100? Weeks, months? I don't know, man. It depends on the human being. I've seen some people do it in a month and a half. I've seen some people do it in 2 years. It depends on you, my friend. What if you're out drinking with your buddies 3 times a week and you're not that disciplined? You know what I mean? What if you're super, super disciplined and you do this 10 days a week? Get it? My super chats get wrecked every time. Me too. Join the group and you have made more than me. He's funny. The only person in the world proven by the courts to not be Satoshi is Craig Wright. Poor guy. Right. Shout out to JB. Why would he trying to tell everyone that he was? My friend joined the group, made the month in 3 days. He's brand new to trading. Yo, grab that, everybody. Put that into the testimonials. I'm putting that in the testimonials right now on my own. Look at that. That's sick. My friend joined the group, made the month in 3 days. He's brand new to trading. Look at that. Is the trading group suitable for someone with like 500? It's suitable to anyone that wants to change their life and become amazing. Super dump coming to 40K. You're so funny. Why are you swearing, man? My wife left, but the joke's on her. I got 15 hole. You're funny, man. What is the best time for Bitcoin pairs? Once Bitcoin settles. I just found this channel last week, and I think my trading has improved. You know it's improved. I turned 300 into over $2,000 in a week. Many times using leverage mastery system in the 99. Many times, too. Step pepper, man. See? 200 to $3,000 in a week. Many times. See that? There's better traders than me. See, I got fat. See, I like the guy said the concept. So my first trade ever, I put $2,500. Literally. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure it was like the first. I kept watching this email. I finally got it all together. And the first time I ever did it, I turned $2,500 into $8,700. And it took about like 30 days, 40 days. Then I invested in Candy Grow Corp. I put $6,000 in and turned it like well over 30,000. So I was like, wow. So I had already made 30 grand before I'd really ever touched a day trade. I swung, and then I was a swing trader. I swung trade for 2-3 years. Gold and silver and then random things. All right. When is it the best time for BTC pairs? The best time for Bitcoin pairs is once we stabilize above the 200 SMA on the 5-day chart on total 3, and once Bitcoin eventually kind of holds off. We'll look at some Bitcoin pairs. They may be better right now. Lifer Fam is the greatest. Have all the information and more than you think. Love the Lifer Fam. Go 99. Shout out to Sunny Sink. I'm not a trader. I don't have enough funds to make it worthwhile. I'm basically a spot holder, but tried to spot trade on MEXC. Up in profit, but was up more yesterday. Amen. Can you explain how it works at the 99 and how are you making profits? Am I doing it alone or with someone with me? I have no idea. Can you please explain, sir? Number one, I am not a financial advisor, so I can't sit there and do it with you. If I wish I could, and I could sit there and, I can't tell you where to put your money. I can't tell you what to do. No joke, turn $30 into $30K in 3 days. How? How did you turn $30 into 30K? How? You have a whole community to help you guide the way. Yeah. See, I really want to join the crew, but my 9 to 5 gets in the way. Then I don't have time to study. I'm not able to attend a class. So now I'm just making excuses. Stop making excuses, man. I'm sorry, bro. I worked a night shift. I had so much going on. Either you're going to get where I'm at or you're not, bro. I'm sorry, man. Like, I know that may be harsh talk, but that's how it is. Either you're going to be living the best life possible, or you're going to be wishing you're living the best life possible. Right? Yo, how did you turn $30 into $30K in 3 days, bro? That's insane. Is it possible to get a 1 to 2 day trial subscription to 99? No. I'm here every single day giving you free, I'm showing you the trades every single day here live. Like, this is your free trial. This guy just said he makes money without joining the trading group. What else do you want from me? I give this stuff away for free every dang day. What more do you want from me? My goodness. Makers and takers out here. Burke, hey, buddy, good seeing y'all. Amen. Share World Power, turn 30 into 30,000. Funny. I turned $50 into 125 with Bonfire last bull run. That's crazy. Let's look at Myro, APTOS launch token, Link, PEPE, and PONKE. Bitcoin still not looking good. Still making more of a falling wedge now, but falling wedges, when they break down, they break down fast. So look for this to dump really hard. Boom. 68,600 is the next target for Bitcoin. Very likely with the Stokes pointing to the downside and the fact that we couldn't get a bat. We SR flipped this level here. And then you can look at this like a little bear flag with the length of your pole here. And that also gives you the concept of a further move to the downside. I see 68,500 for Bitcoin. Last bull run, I turned 13 into 140K, and I purely emotional trading. Funny. I almost forgot to smash the like button. I've turned $50 into 2K in 2 days on good bull run, but never 30K. No way. Yeah, that's amazing. Turn 1 wives into 5 wives. You're funny. My girl just dumped me, sent me out the house. I had to change country and go back. At the same time, I put 30 on a cat meme coin and made 10K in a couple days. Lifted my spirits up a bit. I had to change country and go back. Oh, wow. What content we getting? I want in. If you want a trial, just buy one of Sammy's Saturday classes. Tons of value in 2 hours, worth every penny. Thank you for saying that. I turned 30K into 30. What's up? Yeah, right. He's like, I went the other way. Hit the likes. Is it better to swing trade or day trade with... If I have 500K capital, I'm swing trading the weekly, man. You do whatever makes you happy, though. The bigger the money, the bigger the time frame for me, personally. So I'm getting rid of this. I don't see a move up. I really don't. I see a dump. But you never know. We finally got some divergence, like a really strong one. Swings down while this swings up. We got a really strong one minute divergence, but it couldn't get us back above 70,650. I'm one of the only few traders on earth master the art of losing money while price is going up. Wow, that's tough. It's like almost impossible to do. All you have to do is just like be risky and throw money at stuff, like, and you make money. Like, I was just saving money in the Robinhood. I had some Bitcoin and 3K and Doge at least. I was booming. I was trading everything with no knowledge at all. Right now, I'm swinging $2 to make 100 on these BTC Mews. Started with 2, now at 10. I like it. Hey. That's how you learn, man. You start with small amounts of money and see if you can turn it into big amounts of money. Amen. Yo, choose rich. Don't choose violence. Choose rich, man. That's the new saying, everybody. Choose rich. I choose rich. I don't choose no negativity, man. Just positivity. Choose rich, bro. Just choose rich, man. I've been seeing it everywhere. Ooh, even Pancake Games. You guys remember when we bought this coin? GCAKE? So weird. I can't believe it's coming back. It's at an Adam and Eve double bottom, too. I remember when we bought this GCAKE, Pancake Games. BOBA, one of the biggest gainers today, continuing to rip. Look at this thing. Does not care about Bitcoin. We put it out down here at 25 cents. Top 3 biggest gainer in the space today. LRC getting some love, too. Remember Horde? I got Horde there. Took forever. It took like 20 days. But it is in gains. How do I pay Crypto Lifer with crypto? Email cryptolifers@gmail.com, and we will take your cryptocurrency happily. The value you get in the Lifers group is priceless. Your life will change for the better years to come. Thank you for saying that. Your class and trading group have been key to my success. Thank you. Shout out to Mark Preston. I appreciate that. A lot of good feedback from everybody today about the class and about the trading group. Loving on that. Sammy Pro is moving. What does that mean? Losing 70K right now. Look, yeah, I mean, I just told you it was gonna. Why are you acting like it's not? Right? I just told you it was gonna happen. Told you going to 68.5. You're acting like you're telling me we're losing, like it's news that we're losing this level. I just forgot the charts. I had all these different charts up. What the heck chart did I have this on? I think it was Binance US. No. I had like all these different charts up. Oh, maybe I did Binance US Tether. That's what I think I did. No. And look, rounded tops don't pay the bills. You start to round. Once you lost the 1 minute 200 SMA, that was the end. That was the beginning of this. That's all you have to do is short that. I'm going to start trading the 1 minute exclusively. Like no other time frame. And then never getting back in the trade until we get back above the 200 SMA in the 1 minute. Like there's just no reason to. You'll have to reverse. Once the reversal happens, you can end the trade, right? It's a really strong div here now. It's a very strong divergence, you see? About to say, where were we? Here we are. So now there's divergence again, but again, it's just not that strong, right? And I basically hit the target. I actually extended it. It was exact. The algorithm, wick to wick, is exactly what they do. I don't understand, but everyone else is doing the same thing, and they're selling at that level. And as the rising wedges break down, only 32% when they do, it's a nasty drop, like a straight drop. So I'm expecting a straight drop to 68,600. Okay. People are probably long in this right now, like, oh, Larry, they're going to keep buying. All right. Everyone, if you want to do what we do here, you want to join the trading group, go to cryptolifer.com and understand these concepts. All right. Join today. Today, maybe you got wrecked today. You wouldn't have if you knew it was going to happen this morning. I called a short this morning in the trading group. I didn't open up a short. I guess I didn't call it short, but I called the market moving to the downside. Put your email address in here and consent and subscribe and jump on it today. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Funny, look at that bounce off the bullish divvy. And at the same time, everyone, this could just V-shape recovery all the way back up. We could be at $75,000. We could break the all-time high today. I know you don't believe me. I'm open-minded. I'm taking it one step at a time, one moment at a time. Like if the 1 minute can get above 71,276, we'll start from there. So we have key levels of resistance right here that need to be broken to remain bullish. You can't get back above this. Expect more downside. Falling wedges do break up 68% of the time. If my finger didn't move. I forget what chart I was on again. What was I on, everybody? Binance US USD, right? What chart was I just on? If you guys can just go back and show me so I don't have to. Don't sleep on can do. Yeah. ETF needs to buy all this time every day. Just remember, guys, Sebi says your trading entry levels won't be the same each day, but those who keep at it are the ones who make it in the end. And the trading group since a few weeks ago have joined the class, still processing, applying, but it's already absolutely amazingly valuable. Thank you. Solana, the only thing I wanted to fall, everything else, my positions are in. I put 5K on Sol at 16. Every day I tell myself to hold. Keep holding on, Sol, Sammy, please. I'm not selling my soul, baby. Bitcoin USD. Thank you, Coinbase. Excellent. So this has to break. 70,650 must break or we're going lower. The level we're going to go to is 68,630 for Bitcoin. Because we keep making lower lows and we out above the 200 SMA, you would suggest that we do go lower. All right. The daily is in a bearish engulfing candle. It does not look good. I just pulled the trigger. Enjoy the group. Thank you for coming on in. I appreciate it. Bang, bang, bang. I got a 250K for your token if you make it. I got 250K for your token if you make it. What does that mean? You would put in liquidity? Tom, email cryptolivers@gmail and just explain to us the concepts and the legalities of it. I don't know. I just don't know if I can make a coin and all that stuff. I don't know enough about it. I don't want to get harassed. Hi, I'm new. Made some profits with Floki. Can you please pull up Floki's chart, Sam? New here. Started with 1,400. Was up 4,800, but now 3,000, and I'm catching on. What do you think about IPC? I think you mean ICP, right? I think ICP is a big deal, and I think it could do numbers over time. Let's take a look at my role in the super chats. So the only coin that didn't take a hit seems to be Myro. The memes don't care. If you're in a Myro meme, you're up huge right now, and it doesn't matter. Like, you just don't care. Floki's not moving. A lot of these bigger coins are just like, Bitcoin's dumping, so what? So I looked at Myro, and look, it kind of broke out of this flag. Right, so let's look at this. When someone asked me about it before, I see it going to 64. It definitely broke out the flag, kind of like WIF did. Struggling with what Bitcoin's doing now, right? People are like, So you got this beautiful support here. We had resistance. If you lose that, you're going to go lower. You could have double topped here. 1, 2, and you might come down. What I'd look for is a flag on the 3-hour, 2-hour chart, something like this. Look for it to flag out and stay on a continuation pattern here. Why don't you trade with our money? Why do we have to trade? It's a good question. Why don't you just trade with our money? Why do we have to trade? Because I'm not allowed. Because that's not legal. That's why. Yeah. Super chats, my role. And then we got APTOS launch token. Funny, it's called alt, right? Last time we played it, it pumped nicely out the cup and handle. It's got some funny liquidity because, you know, not many people trade the coin on the exchange, right? But look, as long as it stays above the 200 SMA on the one-day chart, it's bullish. It may dip a little bit here and there, but I like this consolidation. Tight moving averages with oversold price action, and I think you called it a cup and handle. You're pretty spot on. Sand was in this cup and handle when it broke out. A lot of other different ones. The handle doesn't have to be a falling wedge. It can be a sideways price action like this. And going all the way to about 6 cents here. All right. That's my target here up to the top area at about 6 cents. It will have to break above this key level and hold support at 0.2. All right. He said AGIX doesn't care about BTC. Let's take a look at AGIX. Yeah, still at 122 in a bull flag, oversold into the daily. Looks like it's good, and it just got bought back up. People are selling Bitcoin maybe too for altcoins too. So some people might just be like, yeah. And then when they see the altcoins, so honestly, it may be time for BTC season. So let's take a look at BTC pairs. It really will, because now when I see that many coins flat, so yeah, like HTR up on Bitcoin, FTT up on Bitcoin, Injective Protocol up a little bit on Bitcoin, DOT up on Bitcoin, right? DOT above the 200 SMA. So let's look at, you look at BTC pairs the same way you look at these other coins. Look, once Render got above the 200 SMA, you knew that was a BTC pair play. Look at that. Sol BTC, I just gave you guys, remember? I forgot to check on that chart. It banged on them. I gave you guys this. It's funny, I watched Crypto Banter segment, and the guy said, not the time to buy Sol BTC. And then I watched it, and I was like, but it is the time to buy BTC. It's funny. He's the reason why I decide, and I'm not counter trading him. And he might just be like, he might have just been looking at a temporary signal. I like the guy a lot. I actually think he's really smart. The South African dude, right? So I actually listened to him. And then when I did my analysis, I said, no, I actually think, I said the 3-day chart, but again, he doesn't use the 3-day chart. He was using like the daily or something else. The 3-day chart told me that this is the perfect time to put one Bitcoin into Solana. So if you don't look at the chart right now and you don't focus on all this, this is when you buy the BTC pair for Solana, and it looks like you're going to make a pretty penny. Turn one Bitcoin into 2 Bitcoins. Double up, make 124% gains. It's already up from when I first put it out. Pretty sure I posted this to the trading group as well. And remember, it's all about stacking more Bitcoin. It's all about stacking more Bitcoin. I did. Look, I gave this to you guys. It's about time to sell Bitcoin for Sol and then back again at the target. I gave this on 3.6. You are in the money right now if you listen to this concept. Okay? You're in the money how much? How much more Bitcoin do you have on your Bitcoin? I mean, you made 25%. That's fat. Are you kidding me? One Bitcoin is now worth 1.25 Bitcoin with Sol, baby. All right? Yeah, no, orange is going to be huge, man. I've got a fat stack in orange, and I'm not stressing this move right now for Bitcoin. 2-3 months from now, everything's going to be different. We'll get the halving. Pull back to 69, 68, whatever it is. I don't see a huge, but you never know. One step at a time. But look, Sol BTC likely going up further to the upside. You will have to have patience for this call. 3-day chart isn't something you're going to get paid with immediately. There's going to be ups and downs. If you don't have control over your emotions, the bigger time frames will not be good for you. You need to be able to handle a 10 grand swing, 5 grand swing, or whatever you got. You need to be able to handle those types of swings on the bigger time frames. You will make more money, but you got to be able to handle the swings. Trading the bigger time frames is different than trading the smaller time frames. They're not the same. All right? There's nuances to both. Okay? Chainlink had a beautiful pump up to 22.75. Looked like all things were a go-go for Chainlink. And then Bitcoin had to kind of run and ruin the story here, Morning Glory. But cup and handle hit almost 3/4 of the target too as well. But when we look at it and we just kind of generally take inventory, I still like what we're doing here for Chainlink. I still kind of like this concept. Is it a rising wedge? Does it come down and double bottom? There's a chance. Does it hit 1788 one more time? I wouldn't like to see it, but it could happen. Okay. Right now, though, it is holding above this key support, which is 1947. So I'm still more bullish on Chainlink than bearish. All right. And I did put 100K in at about 19.34, and I'm up, a buck. It's funny when you buy something worth $20 and you buy 100 grand of it, $1, right, is 1/20th, and 1/20th of 1,000. So every time this goes up $1, I make 5 grand. It's pretty awesome. So I'm already up 5 grand on one move on Chainlink, right? Again, it takes some guts to put in 100 grand in a coin. I'll be honest, but if you believe in cryptocurrency, if you know that they're going to continue to print money, does it really take any guts at all? We know what they're going to be doing. We've studied the history of money. They print money to zero. That's what they're going to do. They're likely going to continue to do that. The odds are in my favor that Bitcoin's going to go if I studied history. So I got history, the probability of the human race on my back, which is a good sign. PEPE had a huge pump yesterday. As I went to bed, it was doing damage. Did it hold that pump? What would it do? What happened? I'm super excited to see. So PEPE did a beautiful move to the upside. I had a smaller flag, maybe on the smaller time frame there. That looks like I had something going on there. It did break out. Look, it ended up hitting this area, so it did end up going up to the upside. If you did get into that swing trade, you were in the money pretty nicely. So, I mean, PEPE is just hugely hot right now. It really is. And compared to the rest of the market, it doesn't seem to care. I'm going to delete all my work here and show you what we're seeing for PEPE. So yesterday I saw this flag for PEPE. Look at the daily chart looking pretty nice, right? Showing signs of a move. The 22-hour wanted to lift off, and I said, man, that's pretty crazy. Like, PEPE's in a flag and wants to break out, right? Measured move is basically there. It takes us further to the upside for PEPE. So I jumped into PEPE. I really did, which and I own PEPE, but I added to my bag, which I hadn't. Can you believe adding to your bag at the top? I added to my bag here, and I'm still in the money, actually, compared to what Bitcoin's doing. It's not budging. So I just want to make sure that PEPE stays above this resistance as support and then continues to the upside. The 1-hour flag says yes. If Bitcoin can stabilize and get back above 71,000, there's a chance PEPE booms. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin goes back to 74K by the end of the day. And this is all just gets bought back up yet again by the ETFs. But you never know. Anyhow, how long did I get a reply from the support mail? My card can't go through. Just email, babe, Darren makes coffee. How long will I get a reply from the support? My card can't go through. Just email cryptolifers@gmail right away. My wife is right there. BB? BB? I guess she's not. I don't know where my wife is. BB? My house is tiny. When she doesn't answer me, it bugs me out because I'm like, my house is small. Did she leave? Is she not here? Babe? Okay. My wife is in the shower. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm going to get her out of the shower for you right now. No, I'm just joking. She's in the shower. How do we pay in crypto? Email cryptolifers@gmail. And we have crypto addresses for you if you'd like to pay in cryptocurrency. Okay? Look, this goes all the way up to this key area here at 1,300 for PEPE. And I see a bigger way all the way to 16. And PEPE just continuing to rip. Do you have a coupon promo code for the 99? Scooping it all out. Now, we do at certain times of the year. Not right now. No. I don't think I truly believe I'm worth full price, man. I believe that. I charge $300 an hour, and I even think that's under hour. I consider myself, and that's the thing, you will get paid the hourly rate you believe you're worth. I believe I'm worth $5 grand an hour, right? And you could say, what a pompous dude, but that's what I believe, man. I highly value myself. If you highly value yourself, the rest of the world will too. If you don't value yourself, nobody else will. Period. All right? So just, you're the value that you believe you are, right? That's why I dress nice. That's why I treat myself nice. That's why, you know what I mean? Because I believe I'm valuable. God made us all beautiful human beings, man, and wants you to be a beautiful person. Look, Soul Chat pumping nicely to the upside on CoinEx. Beautiful move. I see this continuing. I really do. I mean, again, who knows? It's the 21 high volume node, but there's a chance this does keep moving. I don't have any money in this. I don't know anything about it. Looks interesting to me. All right. Do you like VRA flag, brother? I'm a high value man. Amen. Shout out to my high value people. Who here is a high value person? Who here knows that you are valuable? High value. Amen. So look, Bitcoin was in this beautiful concept and it fell off. But maybe VRA will show Bitcoin how to make a symmetrical, an ascending triangle, make it happen. I own this coin and I own a small bag and a bigger bag. I bought this thing 3 years ago in the last rally, 2021, towards the end though, and it didn't pan out. And I still own it. And so I decided to double down. I don't own a huge bag. I think it's like $2,400 right now or something like that, maybe almost $3,000. But dude, I like this. And again, if it loses the 200 SMA, it is going to drop down. Ascending triangles can go either way. They're not 100% patterns. They are 50-50 patterns by book. They're called bilateral patterns. They go either way, so they can go either way. That's the only one concept about an ascending triangle, okay? I try to give you guys, I give you guys as much detail as I can as I'm doing it. I hit control. But that's interesting. I would definitely set alerts on this. A lot of my charts I'll set up, I'll give you guys where things are likely going to happen. Like, hey, set alert on VRA. Watch it. It's a high likelihood it will play out. So, like, that's what I'm doing. I'm your buddy that's just trying to show you key concepts and ideas. Look, 71,420. Bitcoin bouncing right back to the upside, baby. Defying all the odds. And again, remember, the ETFs have to buy that stuff, so maybe they're going to start buying. Prices are good for them too right now, right? Lovely gowns, mini pump underway. Wifer, I'm watching how far we get above the 200 on the 10-second total. I love it. Can you check, please, MOG? MAGA is creating a huge symmetrical triangle, one of a kind. Made a quick €100 trading on whiff. Easy 10 minutes. Amen. No, some guy just really wants to be in the group. You know how they are. They excited, man. No, I'm about to be done now, though. Okay. PNG and PONKE. Get that education, folks. I'm getting ready to fire my boss. Floki pumped. I mean, let's see how much my account came back. No, not bad. It bounced back about $3-4 grand. Not huge, but it did bounce back pretty nicely. I wanted back to 4. It was at 440 last night. It's at 418 right now. Down 22. Hey, Lifer, I want to try to gain just 1% of my trading account each day for 360. Do you have any tips? Would love to hear from the GOAT. I would work out every day. I would eat well, you know, and you'd be like, that's not what I wanted to hear. That's going to help you do the right thing and make the right decisions. Okay? So, buy Bitcoin. Yes, we will buy Bitcoin. I appreciate your exuberance. However, you did get timed out. Buy a moderator because it was a little much. VRA looks nice to me. I like these concepts. I like what I'm seeing here for VRA. And again, I didn't run in panic sell. I didn't freak out. I stayed calm. I stayed true. I did what I had to do. All right? I love these. I love reading these testimonials. So many testimonials coming in recently with more people coming in. It's really, really awesome. Whenever you see a blue line on my chart diagonally, it means I set an alert. That's how you know I set an alert. So whenever you see that blue line, it's me setting alerts. It's a unique thing you'll never see on anyone else's chart, a long blue line like that. That's me setting alerts, okay? Shout out to the gains on gains. We had Dark Shield Games, right? That thing ripped up 110%. I saw the tightness there, and it decided to rip to the upside. We had Root. I got into Root right now. I put $3,500 into Root right now. Let me show you this coin. This coin does not care. This thing has some big superverse concept coming up. Everyone's freaking out about it. I did an hour of research on it, and I was all in on this thing. And I got in down here at the bottom of the channel with $3,500. My $3,500 is dang near 7 racks almost. It's about 5, almost 55. So it's booming. I got into Root somewhere at 6, and it's at 12 cents. This thing is hot. Hot, 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 hot. It's oversold right now. And again, I'm in the trade, right? So obviously I think it's hot. Okay? I mean, I'm obviously going to be bullishly biased of the hotness, but above the 200 SMA, you can see that, you know, again, these things have different trends. They come out, people get excited about them. They have small market caps. A smaller amount of money creates a bigger buzz. So Bitcoin's flipping around. This coin does not care. I see this thing going to 19 cents. That's my next target. Again, it could take a dip here if the market takes an overall bigger pump. But I like what I'm seeing here for Root Network. And the target is 1960. Let's go to PONKE here. And I might as well just do, I think I'm going to just do 24 hours. You know, why not?
We have a one-on-one.
Why don't we just go all day?
We have a meeting with Shannon. We have another meeting with Roundtable. Like, you need to go.
Could you come here and say that with the towel on? It's so cute.
No.
Come on, I think you're cute.
No.
Come on.
No,
Come on. What are you so worried about?
Only if you log out right now.
I'll leave if you come. You can log with me. You put my hand on the mouse and tell me it's time. I have to
Hi,
do...
everyone. Thank you for all your support during a very difficult time when our child was sick.
Oh, sorry. Are you okay?
I'm okay. So
So rude of me.
Are you coming now?
Yeah, they want PONKE, and then I'm done. PONKE's in a rising wedge. Rising wedges tend to break down 68% of the time, but if things get hot, this will continue. Babe, no, you can't do that. You made me feel so horrible.
Okay.
PONKE could continue here. Honestly, I know it seems weird, but it could start a parabolic move with the oversold. The fact that it didn't dump when Bitcoin dumped, previous resistance becoming support, it's kind of, I look at these as slanted cup and handles that you can't, there's the cup, there's your handle, and they do play out. It's pretty crazy. So I wouldn't be surprised if PONKE does hit 25 cents. I'm not into it. I know nothing about it. Everybody, we love you. We appreciate you. And we're out for the day. This is my lovely wife, BB. And we've been together for, what, 20? Wait, hold on.
19 years?
2005 we met, right?
So 19 years.
No, yeah, 19 years.
Mashallah.
In 2025, it'll be 20 years.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
All right, let's go.
Thank you for always believing in me.
Oh, I love you
All the
so
crazy things I did with my money.
Come on.
And she always was behind me, guys. To the ladies out there, you may not believe in us at certain times. You may be not sure what we're doing. Have faith in your man. Have faith in your man. All right? As long as he's not out drinking and doing all the stupid things, have faith in your man.
Let's go.
Everybody, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when we post our next video. And remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Let's take a look at that 1 minute.
No.
Bitcoin did a bounce, so I just want to make sure. Nice bounce for Bitcoin. All right, everybody. This is beautiful. It was a shoulder ahead, and that was the right shoulder. I might have been able to see that had I paid attention, but I was looking at the altcoins. It's now in this little flag. This flag is likely to break to the upside. The second we get above that 200 SMA, look for a pump further up. Now we got to get back inside the pattern. The pattern right there is 72,300. We need to revisit that area. If the 1 minute gets above this 200 SMA, my friends, this will be it. Look, we've been below. We get above it, boom. We're right back to the upside again. The last 3 times we got above this is a beautiful trade. So there's about to be a fat trade happening right